Hello, 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 everyone. How the hell is it going? No, that's the wrong screen. God damn it. I promise we're all professionals here.
We did it!
Well, John's all alone. John's all alone. Well, he's
I'm
fine.
alone.
It's
There's just a little void off in this.
That's all right.
Yes, that direction.
That's all right. Hayes is taking a nap.
Hayes is apparently taking a nap.
We can save the city without her.
Mm-hmm.
Treasure, Worm, and Bernie. That's a good combination of.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be good.
I'm excited.
So, here's the fun thing. With Worm and Worm, there might be some confusion.
There will be.
Find out.
There will be.
It'll be fun.
I hadn't thought about that.
One of them's a dragon. One of them is an actual worm.
And then there is also dragons right over there.
There's lots of dragons. There's so many dragons.
There's a lot of dragons, man.
Yep.
Sorry, Bree, you did such a good job on those little dragon familiars. They just induce immediate cute aggression in me.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so true.
Yeah,
Amazing. When I was going through the rule book, I just was like, there's so much cute Bree art I get to look at.
There's gonna be so much more cute Bree art. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the character designs and the dragons are all done. That was the thing that I had to get done. But then I have to do a lot of other stuff of full page illustrations and half page illustrations and spot art and blah 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 blah. All of that stuff. It'll be good. I'm excited. Anyways, game.
One quick thing before we get into it. Bree, is there any updates on the calendars yet?
Oh, yes. I'm really, really hoping that they will be printed by. I'm hoping to send them to print next week, and then I will be shipping them out by the hopefully by the end of January, so that you'll have them at the beginning of February, because it is a February to February calendar.
It is a February to February calendar.
It is a February to February because I'm slow. And who cares about time? Really?
True. I keep telling you that you should do undated calendars.
That's true. I should do undated calendars. That I can do that next time, or I can make an undated version of this calendar eventually.
Time is a construct that we have invented. Potentially doesn't even exist. It might just be a quirk of perception. But we are not here to get deep into philosophy.
Or physics.
We are here for Magic Chaos Goblin Girls.
Yay. I'm excited.
Yay.
John, do you want to introduce the game real quick, since you are the writer?
Yeah, absolutely. So tonight we are playing Trash to Treasure, a feral tabletop role-playing game about magical girl trash goblins. Every single one of us out here on the bottom row is going to be playing one of several school-age goblins who have been gifted magical powers by a mysterious dragon. There is a rash of corporate kind of pollution and other stuff that's taken on kind of a magical bent that we're going to be using our magical girl goblin powers to deal with, because if there's one thing that trash goblins love, or the magical girl trash goblins love more than magic, it's garbage.
Hey John, apparently you are a little bit quieter than all the rest of us.
I'm a bit quiet. All right, I can probably fix that.
I mean, other than the fact
that a bit quieter.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I think maybe just can you project?
Yeah, he never uses actor voice.
Yeah.
I think I have adjusted my input such that I should be a little bit louder.
You are coming through louder and noticeably,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that was Zoom settings, because again, I haven't actually used Zoom in about a year and a half, maybe 2.
I wish that Google Hangouts are still a thing. Those were fantastic for what we are doing right now.
Yeah.
And then
But-
Skype was okay, but now for Microsoft it's Teams, and
I mean, Google has the Google
Meet.
Meet thing,
Mhm.
which I've used for this purpose before. It's fine.
Yeah. I suppose the final bit of game intro that I can give is that if you are familiar with the tabletop RPG Eat the Reich, Trash to Treasure is built out of the same system that game is powered by, which means that all of us tonight are going to be building big ass pools of 6-sided die, rolling them, and then spending the successful dice to activate our abilities, advance mechanics, and in general just be chaotic little magical girl trash goblins in a big old magical city.
yeah.
Can
So,
I preface something?
yes.
I only got a chance to glance over the rules, so is it okay if I ask questions about what I'm supposed to do, and then we could also have the opportunity to explain what the mechanics are?
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah, of
perfect.
course.
Cool.
Yes, of
And
course. Questions are always important.
although I have read the book, I have never played this game. Okay,
Ooh.
so
I have played it once. So I am part of the creation team. I have played it a single time. No, I played it twice.
Okay.
Never mind. I'm just getting out all my little dice.
we love little dice. Also, is that a lizard on your headset, Bree?
No, it's a little sprout.
Wonderful. I thought it was a sprout, and then you moved, and it looked like a lizard for a minute. So I was like, "Well, it's probably one of those. Let's see."
Yeah. It's a little sprout. I move it to this side, so it's not directly on my head, because I've had it on my head before, and it like really grates into my scalp and it hurts.
Oof.
It's a little off center.
Okay. I also adjusted my noise suppression so that Zoom is doing less of that. Which may
That's good.
also be part of the problem. I'll also just try to project.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, not everyone can be loud. We need to have some people in the. I guess technically we're in entertainment. We need some entertainers that aren't loud.
Rule number one of being in an entertainment: you have to be loud all the time. You
It's
can't
true.
be quiet.
True.
I must yell.
So
I don't know.
it's a day like any other. Your teacher, a pink-haired goblin in a sharp suit made of laminated construction paper, is preparing for a practical lesson on preparing garbage and garden fresh goblin snacks. Class is hungry and rowdy, and someone has already set fire to their station. I wonder who it could be. As
I'm
Miss
not saying I carry a Zippo lighter at all times, but I definitely carry a Zippo lighter at all times. It's a normal human-sized Zippo lighter, which to a goblin makes it very large.
Friggin' flame, friggin' torch. Jesus.
Yeah.
People hungry? Do they need snacks? I have snacks.
Wait, what do you have?
And then I'm assuming it's one of those desks that like open up, right?
Sure,
it's
yeah.
gotta be.
So I like open up the desk and I pull out like questionable leftovers from like maybe a week ago. You definitely recognize the remnants of previous school lunches and passed out apples. One of them maybe has a bite out of it and stuff like that. And I just kind of scoop it up into my arms and then kind of look at you wide-eyed and I'm like, take your
Oh, that
pick.
smells ripe. Gimme, 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 gimme.
And I just like
As
kind of plop all of it onto your table. And I'm just
Take like I unwrap like half of what used to be like a ham sandwich last week and proceed to just take my little Zippo lighter and begin like toasting the bread with it.
Mhm. And then I pick up a half-eaten apple and start finishing it, core and all.
Incredible.
Your teacher, Miss Gabri, looks at you with all bemused disappointment. and pulls out a tin and then pops the lid off of it, and there's a mysterious looking meat product that is then offered to everyone in the class. And as she walks by Worm, she pats your head. That was good thinking. And at that moment, the ground rumbles at your feet and lightning flashes outside.
Oh no!
Did I do that?
The rest of the class shrieks and rushes to the window.
While everyone's distracted, I take everybody's like snacks that they had, and I put it in the Ziploc bag that the sandwich that Bernie sandwich was formerly in, and then I put it somewhere on my person.
I will say I think at that moment, Treasure was in the bathroom, and so she like runs up and like in like the very anime way, like slams through like the like sliding door, like and being, what's going on?
There's lightning outside.
There's lightning outside.
Rushes to the window.
Yeah.
So, as you guys get to the window, you are just in time to witness 4 dragons bursting from the ground beneath the practice field. The first, a serpentine dragon barely visible amidst the cloud of choking smog and crackling lightning surging from the chinks in its teal and purple scales. It shoots skyward and races downtown toward the collection of glittering skyscrapers at its heart. Following the storm dragon, a lumbering turtle-like dragon with a thick shell hauls itself onto the field. It roars and bites a chunk out of the bleachers where you had PE this very morning. Then it shambles towards the dump.
Very hungry dragon.
Mm-hmm.
At the tree line where the school grounds end at a river, the docks collapse in an explosion of water, wood, and duct tape as a sickening green leviathan surges downstream from an unseen outlet near the riverbank. The ground rumbles again and splits beneath your feet, sending you tumbling down a rocky incline into the dark.
Off screen.
The last thing you see as you fall is a stout orange dragon with perforated wings rolled out of the ground in a blast of superheated rock and soil. As you tumble deeper, you find yourselves in a network of tunnels beneath the school. The only illumination comes from pale white and blue gemstones in the ceiling. The slope above you and behind you has already been sealed with more tumbling rock and dirt, and the tunnels shake under the weight of the dragons above. There's only one way to go. Forward.
Convenient. Only us 3 fell in this hole.
I'll look up. Just be like, wow, all of it is sealed up without collapsing upon us.
Whoa.
Wow. Exactly tall enough for my big ears.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go like with a little Zippo lighter, and then realize that in the fall it was like cracked open, and all of the remaining lighter fluid is going out, and I'm like, aw,
Well,
that's
it's
all busted.
oh, we got a new follower, and look at that cute little
little dancing guy.
So cute.
Is my hair okay?
Yeah, hold on. Let me give it a little just like okay.
Okay.
Like fluffs the curls a little bit.
Okay.
As you were doing that, the ground shakes again, and some of the smaller rocks from the sealed-in hole start falling down towards you.
Oh no.
We should get a move on.
Uh-oh. We should
Okay.
get out of here.
Yes.
Okay.
I pull out the meat product and start munching.
I do a little goblin scurry.
So we're into
Every
our
so
first
often, I
scene.
just stop to like brush some debris off of Treasure's school uniform.
It must be pristine.
Only Treasures must be pristine. It can't be clear. Bernie does not do this for her
Yeah.
own uniform.
Which I assume is singed, at least, if
Yeah.
not outright
Like-
burned in large places.
Yeah, there's a few places where it's clear that like they've been absent-mindedly Zippo-lighted in the same way that somebody might like chew on the tassels of their hoodie.
They're just absentmindedly burning the tassels of their hoodie.
Yeah, exactly. Just like click while also fidgeting with something like, oh, and I burned it. Like,
All while this is happening, Worm is just like kind of following a little quiet, just like staring, trying to count and make sure that they have all of their snacks, and then they get like very, very sad that like some of it didn't make it through the hole.
It's okay. I'm sure. Well, I mean, we were in snack class, so I'm sure she'll repurpose it. If
Miss
Mm.
Godfrey is very, very creative.
Yes.
Not
You should
even-
eat.
As we can see.
You should eat.
Okay. I didn't eat on the way to school this morning.
And then she hands you one of the things that Miss Godfrey handed out, and then pats your head. You should eat, Bernie.
I had half a sandwich. I am hungry though.
Okay. Take it, and then pats you on the head. I think Worm is very much mom friend when she's not feeding herself, she's feeding others.
I agree. Okay, well, so what we got around us is a lot of lights and gems and stuff.
Like trying to like pop one out of the ceiling.
Okay. The ceiling is very, okay.
It's kind of drippy.
Yeah. I don't want it to collapse on us though, so maybe we shouldn't touch it a whole lot.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I was just like, maybe I could take it and like I'd have a little light source, but there's lots of them, so we can see. You know.
We can see. If we get to a point where there's some behind us and there's some in front of us, and it's dark in front of us and it's light behind us, we can take.
That's a good idea. This is why you're the brains.
So we just keep walking,
What else do we do?
I guess.
We
Okay.
could try to dig out. That would not be fun.
No. And you'd get dirty.
I get dirty. wanna be dirty.
Some
Anybody else
dirt
like?
is shaken loose from the ceiling and dumps right onto Worm.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get out of here. We'll get out of here. Okay.
Actually, it didn't taste that bad.
Okay. Okay. Game basis. Let's go.
We got this.
Okay. So, it is the rounds, which is initiated by the threats. So I go first and then you guys go.
Yeah.
All right. What are we doing? What are we trying to do? I have many dice.
We are going to start off with the tunnels are very unstable and are trying to collapse in on you. And are not starting off with the best possible one. Because I rolled 2 successes on my dice. Great.
Yeah.
So then I believe next I attack. So just double checking. It says that this threat has an attack of 2. Does that mean I spend 1 success to roll 2 dice to attack one of you guys?
So the way it works is the attack of a threat is its total dice pool size. So like the collapsing tunnels have a dice pool size of 2. You roll
Okay,
2
so
dice.
then what's the threat of 4 that it has?
The threat is basically like the health of the objective.
There we go. Okay, so I rolled that wrong, and I'll redo it. Okay.
Welcome. And just to clarify, right? Since we are not magical girls yet, we only have our stats. We don't have any of our abilities.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if that's written down, but I feel like that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the prologue mission in which none of us are magical girls yet,
Yes.
or the prologue scene. So we are all right now playing just regular girls who happen to be goblins. The only thing we'll build our dice pool with is our stats.
I did get, when re-rolling, I did get one success on attacking Bernie.
Oh no.
All right, cool. So in that case, now then the goblins act cumulatively. Well, actually, I've forgotten one thing. You should roll 4 more dice.
I should roll 4 more dice?
Yep.
Okay.
So the way you calculate a threat's attack is its
Oh,
attack
right,
times the number of players.
Yes. I did see that. So
It's been a couple of months since I played my own game. So
that is 3 more successes.
Uh-oh.
So that is a total
All right.
of 4 successes.
So I assume there's a lot of tunnel rumbling and beginnings of a cave-in happening.
Oh.
Luckily for you, one of the glowing crystals does dislodge itself and then tries to lodge itself into Bernie.
Into
Ah!
it.
Okay, all right. This would bring it to the goblins round. So like the GM has stated effectively what the stakes are in the scene.
Mhm.
Tunnels are collapsing. One of the weird crystals is like trying to like gouge at Bernie. Now we can respond in some way. So we'll all describe how we react to the scene and move ourselves forward. That'll build our dice pool based on the stat that we choose. We'll roll those dice and spend the successful ones to advance the objective and knock out the attacking threat die. So we have 4 total threat die, right?
Yes.
We have 4 successes to beat. And each of our dice pools is like whatever stat we decide. So it's like if I'm going to choose to fight, then I roll 2. If I choose to restore, I roll 4, or whatever that stat number is. And then a success is a 4, 5, or 6, right? Or is it just a 6? No, 6 is critical.
6 is critical. 4 and 5 would be the non-critical success. I remember that because it is half the numbers are successes and the other half are fails.
So one of my highest stats is protect. And in the parentheses, I see like the different actions that I can try and take with that. So could I try to shield and like knock the crystal out of the way for Bernie? And then I have a protect of 4, so I would be rolling 4 dice here.
Correct.
Okay. I got, so successes are 4s and 5s with 6s being critical. Okay, so I have 3 successes.
All right, perfect.
That's impressive. Good
Yeah.
job.
So one of the things that I'm going to do right now is I am going to boost everyone on the stream other than myself. But John, we are still having some people ask if you can be boosted.
I have turned up my gain a significant amount, so it should be louder now?
You definitely sound louder to me.
Okay, cool.
Yes, it is coming through this call as louder. I don't have it set up so everyone has their own volume.
Yeah.
The sound guy in me slightly weeps at that.
The one thing that Discord does have going for it is like the individual volume sliders for every high.
Yes.
Cool.
If only the call quality was the same.
Right.
It is very much not.
All right, everyone's all right. Nyx and Runan say you're much better now.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I think like seeing Worm like swatted away into the dirt. I think Bernie is just straight up going to try and chomp it. That's my contribution to this is Crystal being weird. Get rid of it. Crystal bad, actually.
So you're gonna
God,
try and
like,
eat it?
You try to eat it or bite it.
yeah, I'm gonna try and break it in my teeth so it just
Gotcha.
use my little goblin chompers to like crack it.
Nom 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 nom.
I have 2 successes and a critical.
Okay.
So I'll spend my feral die to knock out 2 of the. I suppose
Yeah. Also, critical is feral. That's what we call criticals in this game. Is the feral dice.
Yep.
Because
So I'll spend my
goblins have
feral
to be
die.
feral.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because if you're really good at a thing, you're feral at it.
Also, goblins are just feral little guys.
Yeah.
I think honestly, like Bernie's highest kind of priority here is keeping whatever this weird thing is from bothering her friends, and so I think she just like grabs it and like after Worm swats it down and just like bites it so hard that it shatters into a few more pieces, and then just like sees some dirt like raining from the ceiling and just shoves it underneath that so it gets buried.
You know what? Since I'm enjoying this, what I'm gonna say is it wasn't fully crystal. There was a little bioluminescence on the inside, and now Bernie's mouth is glowing.
I've got like you know when you have like one of those freezy pops or something as a kid, and you get like the like a sucker, and then you get like dyed gums and like teeth for a little bit.
Except
like,
it's glowing.
It's that, but with like bioluminescent fungus.
So it's like what happens when, and this is totally not based off experience, when you're a small child and you bite into a glow stick.
Yeah.
Totally not based off of experience.
Where he's like, it tastes bad. Oh, But anyway,
Can I try it?
You think maybe, possibly, there might be a little line of glowing on Worm's tongue, but it is not enough to really... You're not sure.
You're not sure.
All right.
So did we?
I knocked out all of the attacking threat die, which means that you guys can spend on the objective as you like.
Okay. So how much? What is the objective? What are we at the objective? Like how many
we are trying
pips do we have to?
How many pips you guys have to do?
Yeah.
8.
8. Okay. So you rolled 3 successes, right? All right. And then so that will be, if you want to put it towards the objective, that will be 3 off the 8. So yeah, our goals here is to get rid of the threats hurting us, which is the attacking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the objective that we are currently in, which is 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just over explaining so everyone else watching understands what's happening.
Yeah, so since the threat has been dealt with, then
Mhm.
I can put my successes towards the objective, is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, then let's do that.
Okay, so how do you navigate the tunnel safely?
Well, I think yours thing was like you wanted to shield, so like you knocked it down and like maybe shielded, like helped, like I don't know, like helped the like shield us from like the dirt a little bit. That was raining down, maybe.
Yeah, and maybe like when I did that, it like knocked out like a patch of dirt that like revealed like another path for us to go in or something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A little tunnel for us to scurry down.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, and then I think for mine, I'm playing. Then with that, I will use my intuit ability to then like kind of intuit and kind of like pathfind through this extra tunnel that we've like done. That we've like opened up, and just kind of like help like make sure that the ceiling and the walls in this area are not going to collapse on top of us, or is more sturdy than where we just were. And I got 2 successes.
Okay.
So no criticals, so just 2 successes. So that's another 2 on the thing. So we're at 5 out of 8.
Yep. And yeah, so the tunnel that you had originally found yourself in, surprisingly considering it's under a building, was kind of loose, packed rock, and dirt. But now you are in a much. It almost looks like you are walking in a tunnel built through bedrock. So it looks
Okay.
pretty solid around you guys.
It's like running. It's like going through Minecraft where like things are just falling on top of you, and then you're like, "Ah, finally, rocks!"
Oh, thank God.
Thank God, rocks.
Or
You know
like,
how? Yeah, it's the way that the ground works in this universe is Minecraft rules. So you just need one you just need one thing underneath the building for it to stay up.
it's
See, now I'm
also
gonna build this entire city in Minecraft. You know that, right?
I would be
I
so
would- I would-
excited.
we just designed all of the rest of the city today, so I would die. That would be very cool.
Really fun. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Okay.
So does it loop back around to the GM round now?
Yes.
Mhm.
So threats are resolving by inflicting injuries or advancing their objectives with remaining die. They don't do that because you guys took care of it.
The crystal's
Um,
gone.
So we are now starting a new round, and I have nothing I can initiate with, so it goes to you guys. Because this threat does not regenerate.
We are so good even without our magical girl powers.
True.
Sorry, I'm just refocusing my camera manually. Okay, there we go.
Ooh.
Beautiful. All right, so we need to go. We need to just keep going. So we're in the bedrock now. I think. And we have nothing to fight. So I think maybe what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try an empower roll because that was really scary. That was really scary, and I think I'm going to try to like boost our like morale and be like, okay, something clearly is going on, but we are so good. You killed it with your mouth.
Yeah, it's all over my teeth. See?
We're going
And
to fix that later.
right
And
now,
I believe in us.
Barry's doing a little bit of that thing where I like.
so what you realize is, when Bernie's lips are away from the teeth, you have a little bit of a flashlight essentially coming from Bernie's mouth. That is the only light you have.
Bernie's just smiling as big as she, like forcing the largest smile she possibly can to act as a beacon forward.
My power is so good. I got a 5 and a 6. You're so happy. You guys are like, yeah, we got this. I ate it. Woo!
I have a glow stick mouth.
Yes! We're powerful. So I think I knock out 3.
Which is
Because
all
I
you
have-
guys need.
That's all we need. That's all we need. Because I got a 5 and a 6, so a pharaoh die counts as 2 successes.
So
Woo!
between Treasure's encouragement and Bernie's beacon mouth,
And Worm finding us a new path.
yes,
It's a team effort.
it is team effort. You guys have now arrived at a door with 3 goblin-sized handprints on it.
Boop.
No
It looked
question.
like it fit.
It fits
does.
perfectly.
Which is weird.
It's like okay, like you remember when I cut my finger like in the 2nd grade, and I still have that scar like right there. It's got like a little like there's a like a little indent for where I have the scar. It's it's weirdly accurate.
I just
Is
like
this-
touching things.
Um,
I All right.
The one that you put your hand on, Worm, also fits perfectly. It is like it's like you made this when the rock wasn't solid yet.
Like when like a concrete pour,
Yeah.
like and you put,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. That's exactly what we're saying.
Treasure. Do it, Treasure. Do it.
Okay. I'll stop asking questions. That's not for me. Eh.
So what I'm imagining is like on one side of the door is Bernie, on the other side is Worm, and then Treasures is the one that's right over the door crack.
Mm-hmm.
And as Treasure, as you fit your hand in, you think it's perfect. You're not quite sure because the moment you touch it, the door starts opening inward.
Ah!
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's like magic.
Is
there-
it magic?
Or magnets. I don't know which. I always get
I'm-
those confused.
I'm
Hayes
sad that
would
Hayes
say-
was sick today
I
because
know.
she would know.
Mhm.
Hayes would say that magnets are magic.
You find yourselves at an open door or an open air chamber. Like they're with the lightning and the rain. It's kind of cold with this big old open hole. But what you see is
That's my Zippo.
3 stones and 1 cat-sized dragon who is white blue and an elderly looking dragon. He says, "Hello, I'm Kokoro, but you can call me Koki."
I'm just waving. Were those your friends earlier that
Oh,
busted out of the practice field?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It ate the bleachers.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yes.
really hard for Coach to make us run stairs now, which,
I'm
Nice.
not upset about that.
I don't
No.
think I am either. I don't like stairs. I like circles. Circles, I like it when he makes us run the big circle.
They were my friends Buster, Drizzle, Mulch, and Haze.
Adorable. How long have you been down here? We've discovered we've done a lot in the school. This is not the school anymore, right? Are
Yeah.
we in school? Is this school? Is this a
Is it-
test?
The practice field is just above.
So it's practice?
No, because what's going on?
Do you know Miss Gobbery?
No.
Miss Gobber. That's really
I know no one named Gobbery.
Okay.
My friends, they were corrupted by a malicious entity residing
Oh, nice.
in the center of the city. That is why the dragons became so big, and why they escaped.
Are they tiny and cute like you usually?
Yes.
Oh. Can we get them to be like that again?
So, Worm, you feel yourself being drawn toward the yellow stone. Bernie, you cannot take your eyes off the orange stone.
so bright.
And Treasure, the white stone, is just there, all ripe for the taking.
Can I eat that?
I wonder
No.
which dragon's yours.
Could it be Mulch?
Yeah, Could be the one that ate the bleachers.
Could it be mulch, maybe?
What?
I want you to know that every single person who has ever played Worm has had the exact same response to their Dragonstone, which is, I eat it.
I eat it.
I've never told anybody about the other responses to this. It's my favorite thing in the world to watch every player who sits down to play Worm go, I'm gonna eat that.
I eat that.
But can I?
No. Why would
No.
you eat it? It is.
Because I'm hungry and it looks nice. I've never had glowing food before. Well, that's not entirely true.
You just ate. Nope, I'm not gonna elaborate. You know what you did. He doesn't need to know. You can guess. Are we allowed to touch them? Our teachers get really mad if our sticky fingers get too sticky too fast.
These are not sticky, I promise.
Oh, I like sticky things.
If you feel yourself called to one, you can go to it.
Yeah.
All but simultaneously, I imagine all three goblins just run to their respective rocks.
I don't eat it, but I definitely lick it.
And as soon as you do, possibly the most anime scene of this entire game takes place. You guys,
Magical girl transformation. Magical girl transformation.
it is a trash formation.
Transformation!
So, as you float up and out of the chamber and you trash form for the first time, what does that look like?
Ooh. Who wants to go first? I can go first.
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay. So I think what Treasure does, she grabs it and then she holds it to her heart because she thinks it's so pretty. And Treasure loves little pretty sparkly things. She just loves collecting things. And so she holds it to her heart. And by doing that, she starts floating and glowing. And the Dragonstone affixes to her chest like a beautiful necklace. And in that, she gets all Sailor Mooned, and her school uniform goes away, and she starts glittering and glowing, and her hair extends into big wavy tresses, and she does the thing where she touches her arm and goes like this, and then lacy gloves appear, and then the other side is lacy gloves appear, and then she goes like this, and then her chest is full of money and plates. And then she twirls around, and in the twirl, she gets a big old skirt of velvet curtains, and then her feet is covered in cute little tied up doilies, and she lands, and she's all sparkly and pristine, but all of the fancy stuff has chips in it, or has a little rip in it. Or it looks like the velvet skirt was the velvet curtain was cut off, someone was gonna make a dress out of it. So it's as fancy as you can get in a vintage store.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. I love that.
Who wants to go
And that's her
second?
whole look.
Oh, John raised his hand.
I can go. I think similarly to Treasure, Bernie rushes up and grabs her rock and clutches it to her chest and feels this warmth that kind of spreads in her body. It similarly, I think, turns all kind of glowy and Sailor Moony from that normal green. And then as she kind of floats up into the air, her skin begins to return to that kind of normal green hue, but with little flecks of orange and gold along her shoulders and arms. Her hair, which was already kind of reddish brown, flares up so that it, the highlights and lowlights make it look as the faux kind of wind rushes through it, that she's got actual fire for hair. And she kind of drifts up like that, and then ties it back into a little bun because it goes it flops into her face, and she's like And then she'll like land next to the bleachers, like wrapped now in a little garbage bag that's fastened with like a little uh, uh, like can top, and like scoop the top of one of the like metal aluminum trash bins off, so she's got a little shield, and like put her hands on her hips like this.
I think that's wonderful.
Um, so Worms like starts off with her like licking it, and then she just like starts floating up, like what's going on? The stone like drifts down right towards her like stomach, and it kind of affixes itself as like a belt there, like a waist belt. And you see like a skirt form out of like crinkly aluminum foil and like pleating and stuff like that. And she has she lifts her arms up, and she has like napkins as like as like up on her top area and stuff like that. And her hair, there's like fastened in like a little like like plastic wear is like stuck in her little like she has like little buns, and she has like plastic wear just like sticking out of it, like sporks and stuff, and like a little like bendy straw. And she has like little twirly fringe in the front, and that like lands really cutely. And then as she like drifts down onto the bleachers, she gets a wand that's just like a spatula that's a little bit rusty.
Incredible. That's so cute. And I think like if we're up like out of the like hole and are all magical girls, I think I'll just jump down. I'm like, Koki, are you coming with us?
Yes, Koki starts flying up out of the hole, and then lands on Treasure's shoulders, like curling up.
Oh, we're gonna get along so well. All right, shall we save your friends?
Let's go. So, you guys have a few places that you can choose between on where you want to go first. You can go to... Let's see. There is the industrial zone.
Mm-hmm.
There is the smog elemental factory. There is the drone factory. The skate park. Which would you like to go to? Oh, there's the rush hour overpass.
Right.
So you are going into the industrial zone. All of this is a sprawling neighborhood in an older part of the city.
Meta-wise, Morrigan, feel free to choose. Because I can't. But again, I know where they all are. So
We should
go for it.
we should go to the skate park, but maybe second.
Yeah, I was gonna, so what were so the skate park definitely was top on my list, but what was the other options?
The overpass, the smog elemental hatchery, or the drone factory.
Let's go to the smog elemental factory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hatchery. Yeah.
It's a factory hatchery.
Yeah.
It's like a chicken factory, and you're like, ugh.
So as you guys make your way off of the school grounds and into the city, first it is, suburbia and everything that entails. And then as you get through a circle of commercial buildings, you go into an older section of town where there are brownstone buildings that end up going, they start giving way to factories and warehouses filled with smog and dust and haze, and just the air quality does not stay good.
No. I put my like old feather boa over my face.
Koki will wrap his tail around to keep that affixed.
Oh, thank you, Koki.
And you guys make your way to a rooftop. It is labeled an air filtration station. However, there are pipes that go from it, and out of this air filtration station are coming these almost ghostly apparitions made out of smog. So,
Wasn't there before?
You've never seen that before. You've never seen these before. Your objectives. You have 3. 1 primary and 2 secondary. Your primary objective is to shut down this hatchery. The first secondary objective is to jam the smog generator.
Okay.
The second one is to learn your guys' powers.
Okay.
All right.
Because you're still new at this.
I mean, we just got them. Not an hour ago.
Exactly.
I assume it probably took a bit for us to get here via bus.
Yeah. We all went through a magical transformation sequence, and then went and got on the bus to ride.
None of us can fly.
And then there's like just people sitting there just as like, is there a convention in town?
No, we're magical now.
We're magical.
No, we're magical now.
Magnetical.
Magnetical.
Magnetical. All right. Awesome. Okay. Cool.
Wonderful. So there is okay. There is a challenge, and I had to double check on what that is. So there are smogs. And so since there are multiple smogs, do I get the full dice pool for each one? Or how does that work?
So the way that multiple enemies typically work is you'll go with the highest dice pool among all of them as your base, and then for each additional enemy you'll add 1. I believe because smog elementals are the way that they are, though, you get 2 die instead.
Yes.
Yes, we're all smog here. Increase smog elementals attack by 1 for each active smog elemental. So actually there are 4, so you'll increase its base die by 4. So it'll have an attack of 6 total.
And then, because there are 3 people, do I then go to 18?
You sure do.
Okay.
This game has so much table presence. When you, as the GM, pick up 30 d6 and just go kaboom!
Okay.
It's the best.
So here is my Warhammer amount of dice that I'm about to roll.
Yep. Very much that.
I am so glad that the dice I'm using are tiny dice. I don't think I would be able to fit 18 full-size dice in my hand.
Bree's got a box of Doom at home that I used when we were playtesting, and I have a very large dice tray.
I also have
the box
a
of Doom
dice
was
tray,
so nice.
but it has a bunch of dice in it. So let's see. With 18 and a 50-50 shot, average would be about 9 successes. And I got exactly average. We have 9 successes.
There we
Okay.
go.
So, I believe it is now your guys' turn to figure out what you were doing while I sit here with my successes.
We are being swarmed by a whole bunch of smog elementals, right?
Yes.
I think we should also go over how to accumulate dice as well.
Yes. Now would be a great time for that.
Yeah, so the way that you build a dice pool as a player is you start by like choosing your approach to a scene. You have 6 stats: fight, restore, protect, intuit, empathize, and empower. You choose kind of like how your character wants to approach the scene, describe what actions they're taking along that, and then that serves as the base of your dice pool. So, for instance, Bernie, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna like try and attack the swarm of smog elementals that are attacking us. So that would start my dice pool at 5 because that's what my stat is. Then I have the option to use pieces of gear. Checking off a piece of gear adds a single die to my pool. And then when I'm kind of like describing how my character interacts, if I describe something that like makes sense with a little qualifier after it, I can gain some bonus die from it.
As these 4 smog elementals head towards you, you see as they kind of pass by a couple of pipes that just instantly start corroding.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Nasty. We would call flying balls of gas flammable, right? GM? Just curious.
So, I mean, you know what? Sure.
All right. Excellent. Perfect.
Let's have them at least a little bit flammable.
I think Bernie is going to think longingly of her Zippo lighter and a staff made of like like cardboard like springs into existence in her hand and like a puff of golden glitter, and she's like, "Whoa!" The end of it is on fire, and so I think she's going to just try and like wave it at them to summon some fire to kind of like try and scare them away and fight them off. So we'll call that a fight. I'll use my torch. And I am trying to burn them, so that's going to give me a couple of extra die here. All right, we don't have an extraordinary number of successes out of those. But I think what I'm going to do, because I rolled a feral die, so I think what Bernie is going to do is she's going to... I'm actually going to use Soul of Flame, and I'm going to take an injury. I'm going to burn myself just a little bit.
What is Soul of Flame?
That is Bernie's passive ability. It says you can choose to draw on your inner flames instead of spending trash on abilities. If you do, take an injury instead of spending trash.
Mm-hmm.
And since you got a feral die, doesn't that increase the momentum by 1?
It does increase the momentum by 1. So our momentum goes up by 1.
And for those who don't know, what is momentum?
Momentum is a shared resource that all of the girls have. As they act in combat and their magic starts to like grow and build as they kind of like feed off of each other's like power, they'll grow more and more powerful until they're able to like unleash that magic in a huge burst. So when our momentum hits 10, I think, or 15. 15. When our momentum hits 15, then we get to unleash a big combo move. It might not happen every scene, but if the scene goes long enough, we'll get to do a really big, cool combo move.
Yep. And then based on the passive, so when you under your abilities, there's advances and there's also pass, which is I think passive, which is your passive ability. And then if they're the for you, Maury, and for anyone else seeing the if you go to our lovely itch page and download this print and play version for yourself on the character sheet, If it says like 1, that is like it requires 1 trash to activate that ability.
Okay.
The dice that has 6 on it is you can only activate it if with a feral dice or with a critical.
Mm-hmm.
2 is 2 trash. If a thing on your thing says fam, that is familiar. I'm the only one that has that because I have Koki.
Mm-hmm.
Treasure's the only one that starts out with a familiar, because as we go on, everyone else gets one in each chapter.
And John, will you drop the
protagonist.
link to your itch in
Yes,
chat?
I can do that.
Yeah, and then there's advances. So, at some point, after you finish a chapter, one person will get advance. And then you'll have your passive. And then there's also a limit break that you can do. Which
That's
is if
only
you're
if you-
about to die.
Yep.
Or if you're about to be out of the scene.
Okay.
So your magical girls, you never die, but you might need to have some time and understand. The link is censored.
Oh,
I'll drop it. I'll drop it in Zoom chat.
yes.
There we go.
But
I forgot I turned those off a long time ago because you don't necessarily want everyone to be able to drop links in.
yeah,
Yep.
especially if you don't have mods, like they're like every single time. Like I have it as links available, but I also usually have between 1 to 3 mods there every single time, so they can catch up pretty quickly. Anyways, so limit break is if you're about to die or need to be out of the scene, die. And you can roll 8d6 and do something really, really cool on your way out.
Cool.
Basically. Yeah. So that's the breakdown of the character sheet. And then
Yeah.
injuries, it is if you roll injuries, you roll a d6 basically, and then depending on what you roll on that d6, you will choose one of those conditions.
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to spend one of my dice to get a trash, and then I'm going to immediately spend that trash. Actually, hold on. Sequencing. I'll take my injury, and then I'm going to use conflagration. And since we decided they're flammable, conflagration
boy.
has a plus flammable, so
Oh,
I'm going to
boy.
roll another die, and I'm going to get a feral die. Cool. That's what I want.
So we have access to all of our abilities right now, or just some of them?
The first
Oh.
3.
The first 3.
Okay.
Anything that's not an advance.
Yeah, anything in the gray is an advance.
Okay.
Except for gear. That's all. You also have your gear, but the advances you don't have. So my
Okay.
passive ability is an advance, so I don't have that right now.
Same. Okay.
So not everyone has the same type of abilities all the time. And for other people, like familiar abilities, I think is also in the grayed out area, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken.
Yes.
But mine is not because I have Koki. So we have kind of a different power sets for each person.
Each
That's
character has
cool.
slightly different powers that they use, but your common resources are trash and feral dice.
Mhm.
And everyone has gear, they just function differently.
Mhm.
So I'm going to use Incinerate, and I'm going to choose one of those, one of the smog elementals, and
Mhm.
that will burn away 2 of their threat die. So
Okay.
we'll go down to 7 in the threat pool. And then I think Bernie is just going to like continue to run around just madly waving her torch and going like and not realizing that when she does, she doesn't necessarily like need to like blow the fire at them because she like accidentally keeps breathing fire but hasn't realized that she can do that. And so I'll spend my 2 feral dice to knock out 4 more of those attacking threat die.
So, something to remember, the smog elementals have challenge 1 to fight.
Ooh.
So that is going to lower it by 1. Is that per attack then, or?
Yes.
Okay, so how much
Challenge
damage?
his shield.
Mm-hmm.
So you did, what, 5 damage that goes down to 4?
Yep.
Okay.
And I haven't damaged any of the elementals. I've just kind of thwarted their attacks by removing their dice from the GM's pool.
Okay, is that everything that Bernie's going to do this turn?
That's everything that Bernie has to do.
Okay.
Okay. I would say I think Worm should go next, because Treasure's kind of the cleric, so it's better if I go last.
So what is the what health is the threat at? Are we allowed to know that?
Or like
Is
the
that
objective
public
or
knowledge?
yeah,
The threat.
the threat.
John, is there something that what is the answer that is in your mind, at least, with that?
I've always had that information public. I usually the way that because we're playing online, it's a little bit different. But the way that I usually set the board out is I'll have a sheet that has like the current objective on it, and then I'll usually write out all the threats, their health, and I'll set the attack dice in front of the players. So like I've knocked down 4 of the 5 attack dice, or 4 of the 9 attack dice, which leaves 5 attack dice remaining. If any of those are left, Worm can use them to assign damage to us at the end of the round. And all of the elementals, I think, have 4 health each.
Yes, they all have 4 health. Or I can use dice to regenerate them next turn.
Okay. So and then how many? So am I only allowed to do one thing per turn then?
You can only use you decide what your approach is for the turn. So you use one stat to build the base of your dice pool, but then you can use any number of pieces of gear or abilities.
Okay. So I am going to try and fight the elementals. I think I can add a piece of gear to increase my dice pool, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have some chicken wire. And so I think what I'm going to attempt to do is to try and like group them all together and like whip them and lasso them because there's this it says parentheses ensnare specifically. So that is what I'm going to try and do here.
Cool. So you'll gain 1 bonus die for using a use of your gear, and you check off 1 use, and then you'll also gain the bonus die from adding details.
Okay. So I'll have a total of 6 because my fight is 4, and then I get the 2 bonus die. Okay. Oh, that's not very good. I only got 2 successes there.
And because it's fight, the challenge 1 fight comes in, so that would only make it 1 success then, right, John?
Only when you spend them. So if you spend them on the enemy that has challenge, then yeah.
If you would like, I can do something about that. I can make you roll again if you want, and get you more dice.
Do I keep these successes, or would it just be a complete reroll?
It's a complete reroll. So you and allies who rolled fewer than 3 successes this turn gain ++, which gives 2 more dice. You basically reroll everything, but you get 2 more dice.
Okay, so yeah, let's do that.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. So then I'll you can feel free to reroll and add 2 more dice, and then I will explain what I'm gonna do, and then we can allocate the dice together.
Okay.
So
do my reroll first?
Do it however you'd like. I just am saying that I'm activating that ability, which is my familiar.
Is that better?
Is that better?
Significantly.
Yeah!
So I got so I had a total of 8 dice. I got 7 successes, 4 of which are feral. Me and Koki, baby! That is my familiar aspect. So
Pokey is coming over and giving you some encouragement, and you absolutely kill it.
You know, I would do the math on how likely that was to happen. It's fractions of a percent.
It's a small number.
I have a 2, 3 4s, and 4 6s.
I was like, oh my gosh. I will say that the last 2 times I've played Treasure, I didn't have the familiar thing yet because we hadn't added that yet, so I'm very happy that I got to use it.
Immediately, the instant that we start, like the first scene.
If someone would be so kind, please clip that. We want to celebrate the wonderfulness that is.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm thinking. So we're trying to stop the factory. That's like the objective, right? We're trying to stop the factory. So I think what Treasure is a big fan of divide and conquer. It's everyone's a part of a team, and we're all doing our own thing. They're fighting this bug and all this. I think I'm gonna try and see if I can't figure out how to shut this hatchery off, or like liberate the eggs from this hatchery. Whatever kind of like works. So I think I'm gonna go for intuit.
Okay. So do you want to try and shut it down, or do you want to try and jam it?
Ooh. Well, my intuit is sort of like analyze and plan, so I kind of want to see like what would like be. I think Treasure is kind of a very like look and listen and then act later sort of character. So I think she's gonna try to like see what the mechanisms and stuff is, and what would be a really good course of action.
Okay.
I think that's her intention. We'll see depending on what I roll how that goes. But since I used Rally, I also get to gain. Well, actually, first, I get to roll 2 extra because Rally also applies to me. It's me and the other person. So I get to have 2 extra anyways, and then I'm going to and then I think not to continue to steal. I think I'll be good for now. I could absolutely min-max, but we don't have to.
Sure.
Okay, I got, so it's 4s and 5s or successes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got 2 successes.
And then any ferals?
No, just 2 successes.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Did you roll any 1s?
I did. Yes, I just rolled a 1.
Okay. Can I use this now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to spend one of my feral dice that I rolled to use You Gonna Eat That and gain 1 trash for each one an ally rolled this turn.
Yep.
You can gain 4 more trash. I rolled 4 1s this turn.
Yeah. So the beauty of the fact that the GM has a turn and then we all get a turn is we don't all have to go in. We don't have to go in order. We kind of can like meld and see whatever works the best in the thing, because we whatever works best in our communication, because it's a team effort. This is our team. We're working together. It's a team.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I have 5 trash now.
Okay, so I have 2 successes. You got so many ferals, so I want to put my 2 successes towards the objective, because that's kind of what I was trying to do. I was trying to assess the situation.
Okay, so you're going to try and shut it down?
Yes. I'm going to put my 2 successes towards the what was our secondary objective again?
Jam the smog generator and learn your powers.
Okay. I think I'm going to go towards the objective just because I only have 2 successes. But Wora has a bunch of successes that they could allocate, so go off. Pokey's on your shoulder, giving you so much encouragement right now.
It's so true.
Okay, so the secondary objective of Jam the Generator has 4. The primary started out at 8 and is now down to 6. And then what would
And then, do we still have any in the threat that's gonna like attack us, or is that all gone now? We have 5 stones
I
in the
still have
threat?
5 dice sitting here.
Mhm.
Okay, so we should probably get rid of those if you are okay with that, Worm, because then we don't
I'm
get
okay
any
with that.
damage taken. Not you, Worm, the game Morrigan. Not you,
So
the game master and god.
Remember what I said earlier.
I am okay, then I'll allocate 5 of my successes to that.
Okay.
And then I have 1 feral dice left over.
You can either push 2 successes towards any of the other tracks. If one of your abilities is the feral thing, you can also use your feral dice to do your feral ability.
Already done that.
I already did that.
Oh, you already did that. Never mind.
Yeah. That's what I did before.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh yeah, that was the trash thing.
Wait a minute. Hold a second. I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly because so they count as 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have 3 more feral dice to work with and 3 successes. So I only need to use 1 of my feral dice. So I actually have 2 feral dice left over.
I mean, that would be enough to jam the smog generator.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and put the other 2 feral dice towards the smog generator.
Heck yeah. Worm just was like, oh, I can't figure out my powers. And Koki's like, you got this. Like,
just relax and think about food.
Just relax and think about food. And you're like, food. I'm really hungry. And then just like
and then just all of this trash comes to me.
Yes, and you're like, I'm like out of a garbage bin, like a half-eaten apple and like a banana peel, and like, and like 2 coming to you, and like it goes through the smog elementals and like disintegrates them, so like they can't like get to you.
And then like some of them just like fly into like
the smog generator.
Into the smog generator.
Begin like corroding it from the parts that they're not supposed to be touching, like
the inherent acid of like an orange peel or whatever is just like in there now. Like I love it.
So
I'm in the food.
Because the smog generator is now jammed, they have lost the ability we're all smog here.
Ooh. They can't regenerate, right?
No, it means that increasing their attack is not a thing anymore.
Oh, hell yeah.
They have a base attack of 2 now instead of 6.
That's a good.
We did it.
Worm thought about food real hard.
It made the smog elementals worse.
By thinking about food real hard, a bunch of food went to Worm, and through that got jammed into the machinery.
I like imagine like the what is it, Koki? Koki just like sat on my shoulders and like whispered, and I like didn't even realize Koki was there, and I was like, I thought it was my conscience, and it's just like your stomach is rumbling. Your stomach is rumbling really, really badly.
Oh.
It's just like I'm just like
yes, yeah.
Yes, it is. And then the little belt thing starts glowing.
Yeah. So Koki, I don't have any art of Koki yet because I wanted to like leave that for like book and stuff. But Koki or Kokoro, which is Japanese for heart, because the 5th element is heart. The 5th element is heart. And that's why his name is Kokoro or Koki for sure. So, because it's magical girls, I was like, I have to throw in a little bit of a Japanese reference in there.
I love it. It's so anime. It's great.
So anime.
Well, you know what happens when you add in heart. By your powers combined.
You can
I am
save
Captain
the world.
Planet.
I am Captain Planet. I mean, I've gotten so many compliments that like it's just like so anime and also so Captain Planet. I'm like, I'm so glad.
It really is.
That was my 100%, like that was my inspiration.
I watched a lot of Captain Planet as a kid, like.
Yeah, that one's hard.
I mean, when you're about the age that I think we're all about. Yeah, you watched Captain Planet. You just did.
Mm-hmm.
That was a staple of 90s cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huge shout out to one of my friends, Hannah Bomi, who was like, "You need a fifth member. What's the trash of the heart?" I'm like, "Greed. Let's go, baby."
All right, well, I think that concludes all of like the goblin's flurry of action. We've begun to like disassemble the machinery and clogged it up with one of the smog elemental's actual just like threw it in there in a deluge of trash that jammed the generator that was empowering them.
Sucker.
So luckily, sixes don't do anything for the enemies because I rolled 5 of them. So a statistically unlikely amount of sixes were gained this round, but I do have 5, and I don't have any objectives to advance, and I don't have any smogs to regenerate. So that is going to be
There's
Bernie.
still some, yeah.
One of the smog elementals is going to get going to go after Bernie with 2.
All right.
And then another one is going to go after Worm for another 2. And because there's just so many elementals around, Treasure, you do get 1.
Okay. All right. So how many dice are...
So we mark this on our sheet as injuries?
Yep. So you'll roll a die for each injury that you take, and then mark off the first injury in that column based on the number.
Okay.
So if you roll a 1, you'll mark off in the 1 to 2, the first injury in the 1 to 2 column.
Okay.
Out of 5. My pocket integrity is compromised.
My gloves are torn and my skirt is dented.
Oh no!
My shield is dented and my staff is flickering. Also, I can't use plus dice.
You can't
That
use
sucks.
plus dice.
Yep.
That sucks.
Okay.
Pocket integrity. My pocket
So-
integrity.
It is going to the next round, which means the corruption is going to be spreading. Which, since there are 4 smog elementals, I'm going to be adding 4 more dice in. So we are back up to 6 from the 2 that it went down to. So I am going to be rolling the same size die pool, which is good because it doesn't get bigger.
Yay!
Okay.
That was big pops.
Well, yeah, I wasn't
big pops.
expecting quite that many crit cracks from the old.
Because you're just going crack, 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 and then pow,
Like,
pow, pow. I was like, Jesus.
So we have 10 successes this time.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is the goblins' turns.
all right.
Okay.
Bernie's a little scuffed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in order for them not to damage us, we have to kill them, or do we just have to get rid of all of the dice?
We have to get rid of all of the. We have to cancel out 10 of their dice.
Got it. Okay.
And so with 1, you can spend 1 success to get rid of 1 of my dice, right?
Mm-hmm. A feral die gets rid of 2 dice, and Bernie has some abilities that get rid of threat die.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
think
Just wanted to
Bernie's-
make sure. Yeah, I also have an ability to get rid of threat die. which I think I might do at this point. I think I'm going to I'm going to use my serenade ability. But in order to do that, I think I am going to try to do restore, because like a lot of things are like these smog elementals are obviously not natural, and I want to like try to restore this like area to be like cleaner and nicer and not like to try to like use restore as like a passive aggressive attack at them with my voice of like, hey, gross, go away.
So trying
like,
to restore the beauty that was here before the smog?
Yeah, before the smog. And like the thing, like, I don't want to restore the building. Obviously, I do want to like stop the building, but I want to like restore like the like light poles and like other buildings that they've like run into and corroded and things like that. So I'm gonna roll. That'll be 4 dice. With that, and then I am gonna use my secret pockets because I am real. Oh no, there you go. And then that I get 2 trash. Eep. And by doing that, that means I can then use my serenade ability because I have 2 trash. Which I immediately get rid of. But my secret pockets now, since my pocket integrity is like bad, I'm like all like the trash is like falling out of my pockets, and I'm like no. And I'm trying to use up my trash as fast as possible. So then I add 1 dice because I use secret pockets, and then
I'm gonna let you have 1 extra since it's set with Serenade. It's a plus for good lighting, and you specifically said you want to restore the lights.
Yes, I want to restore the light poles. Okay, hell yeah. All right. So I got.
I'm gonna use my flashlight teeth to give you a nice little spotlight.
A nice blue glow on the white hair.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
For a minute, you guys all feel like you are in a dinner lounge as Treasure is singing.
I mean, to Worm, we are in a dinner lounge.
The world is a dinner lounge.
The world is your dinner lounge, baby.
Okay, so I didn't roll super good, but I did get 1 success out of that, which means I'll get rid of 1 of the attack dice. But Serenade still works. So the nearby threats were briefly gobsmacked by your glitter and glamour. Reduce the threat's attack die by 1 for each threat in the scene.
So that's minus another 4.
Minus another 4. So I get rid of 5 because of that.
Yes.
And also, in case this comes up again, Worm, I have 3 1s.
Good to know.
I have 3 1s. So there we go. That's my go. If anything else needs to happen, I'll wait for you guys to go.
While they're distracted by Treasure's song, I think Bernie is just going to like vault up off of the generator and just like baseball swing her torch staff at one of them. I'll take a bonus die for that and roll fight.
I'm in fire, baby.
Huh. All right, that's a much better roll than I rolled last turn. I've got a feral die, so bump up our momentum.
Okay, so that brings you guys to 6.
Okay.
That's about right.
Okay.
Has Treasure gotten any feral dice?
No.
Okay, so then
I've been rolling like shit.
It has been 2 total from Bernie and 4 from Worm from that statistically
Beautiful.
Improbable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a calculated risk here, but Bernie is very bad at math. And I'm gonna use Soul of Flame again so that I can incinerate without having to spend the trash for it, which does mean I'll take another injury. And And I'm going to hit that one, which is -2 empathize and +2 fight. So I have a fight of 7 and an empathize of, I kid you not, 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bernie's like a little bit on fire in a way that looks maybe not the most pleasant.
Oh, honey. Don't worry, I've got my mop hair extensions.
But Incinerate, she's going to just like with a big gout of flame, like I imagine like one of the like smog elementals goes to like breathe corrosive gas all over the girls, and she just goes and blows really hard and like breathes a big gout of flame at it to incinerate it, and so that'll knock out 2 of their attack die.
Wonderful. We're down to 3 attack die.
All right, Worm, you got those.
All right, I haven't spent any of my dice yet, so I'll spend a feral die. Yeah, I'll spend my 4 remaining successes to knock out the rest of the attack dice.
So then we won't get itchy, itchy. I mean, itchy, but ouchie.
So you said you have 4 successes. You only need to do 3 to get rid of the die. I only have 3 left.
Cool, but I used fight, so -1.
Yes, you're right. See,
yeah.
For everybody, this is why knowing your characters is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote the game.
Yeah.
How much health does the threat have now?
Each one has 4 health.
But we are not getting attacked this turn.
Yes.
We knocked out the 10 dice that are coming at us. So we can put our dice to the objective. Or you could kill the smog elementals if you don't want him to roll more dice next time.
So each of them have 4 health?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And there are 4 of them.
Okay.
And I think there's 6 dice left on the objective.
Okay. I'm gonna fight them. Because I just feel like my character is better at doing that.
That's
Go
fair.
right ahead.
Yeah, we don't really have any of the cerebral characters here. Treasure's the cerebral one, but she's not really in school. No.
She's the emotional one.
Mm-hmm. She's the emotional one. She's like, if like you had a popular friend, she'd be like your popular friend. She's in like all the clubs and like things like that. Haze and Sludge are like the 2 cerebral ones, and they're not here.
Nope.
I also do love that Treasure's the maximalist matriarch.
Yes.
Yes. I have so many goodies.
I am going to use I'm gonna fight. And I am so these are like I wanna envision what these are. These are sludge elementals. Are they floating?
Smog. They're
smog elementals.
So they're like corrosive puffs of gas.
Okay.
I am imagining them as like smoke monsters, kind of humanoid in shape, and swirling around.
Do they have enough mass that like if I like push into them that like they'll like if I move that they'll be like disrupted in a certain way if I move near them kind of thing?
I mean, you could probably move through them and disrupt them. There's no solidness in them. They are a cloud of smog.
Okay, so remember how I like gathered a bunch of them together with my chicken wire?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have an ability called Knock 'em Down, which costs 1 trash. And I'm gonna use my fight as the basis for this roll. So the idea is I'm going to dive into the earth and then pop up in the like grouping of them that I created to like basically like disrupt and like make them go poof into other directions and hopefully get rid of some of their smoky bodies.
Yeah, the dumpster diving that you've got.
Yeah, with my dumpster dive ability. And then I'm also going to, just for a little bit of good luck, sprinkle some of my jar of dirt on myself and use some gear, which should bring my total up to 6 dice for
Sounds
rolling.
about right.
Let me just go ahead and erase because I'm using one of my trash.
Should be 7.
7?
Mhm.
Why 7?
Because you're tunneling with dumpster dive.
Oh, yes. 7.
You're
Okay.
tunneling like a giant turtle would, except that that's not how turtles work, except kind of in the sand.
You're also tunneling through a roof, through air, and then back up.
Dive straight down through a brick building's roof and then burst up in a shower of clay.
So
It's made out of earth. At one point it was.
No, I am
So-
just I'm imagining the cartoon scene as diving through, tunneling through air, and then back in. And if anyone asks, it's just like, no.
There's
It
a
works
family of
because we
4
said so.
goblins seated around a table that Worm lands on and then jumps straight grab a little biscuit off of the table and then jumps straight up through the roof into a different spot.
If the entry point and the exit point were at one point Earth, it's fine.
So I have 1 success, 1 feral success, and do I count my own ones as well? Am I an ally to myself?
Yes.
Okay.
The team.
Okay. So yes, I have only 2 successes this time. But one of them's feral, so I guess 3 successes. So.
Are you going to use that one to get are you going to use that feral to get a bunch of trash, and then use the one otherwise?
I'm planning on. I want to. So if I assign these to hurting one of them, it's each success is a damage, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So and they have 4 health, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign all of these to hurt one of them, and then I'm going to use another trash for my ability compost, which deals 1 damage to a threat. If this ability reduces a threat to 0 health, you and all of the other gobbos gain 1 trash.
Yeah.
That's sick as hell. I'll take a trash.
So
I love a trash.
Pockets.
There you go.
Pockets.
I killed one of them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Has everyone used their successes now?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I
So-
only had 1.
Building up my dice again. I get 2 for the attack, and then I get 3 since there are 3 left. And then I multiply that by 3 because there are 3 of you, which means I only have 15 dice this time instead of 18.
Yay! We're making your life easier. Yeah, if you're gonna play this game, you need a lot of d6s. Buy a Yahtzee set, or there's
Sagrada.
Chessex
Sagrada.
sells
That's true.
containers
Wait,
of 36.
D6s.
Yeah,
Damn.
that is
Yeah,
where
do
mine
that
come
then.
from.
Because there are many games that use D6s as their primary, including things like Warhammer, or I, as a Magic the Gathering player, use these a lot for counters. So you'll find these in most game stores. So
Okay, sweet.
We
Yeah, cool.
have 7 successes this time.
All right, that's manageable.
That is manageable.
quick question, John. What
Mhm.
how many points would the secondary objective learn your powers be? I
Oh
don't
yeah.
see a way to figure that out easily with the rules.
That's a good question. I can't remember what I tossed in there on that one.
At least in the version I am seeing, I don't see a number assigned anywhere.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
While you figure that out, Treasure's gonna take a quick bio break.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sorry, I just drank a lot of tea.
Just started making my own tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting into loose leaf, and then now I'm getting into like just like doing my own blends and stuff.
I would probably set that at 1 per gabo, so like 3.
Okay. Yeah. That 3 is basically what I was thinking. So.
And then what the reward for that is up to you. It could be some extra momentum. It
Oh,
could
I
be
have
trash.
already decided.
Oh, all right.
This is really fun.
It is.
Um,
the
you
okay.
go ahead.
The first scene that you play always like takes longer because everybody is like adjusting to how the game works. But I've always found that like successive scenes like really start to like the second and third scene that you play afterward really start to pick up as people are like, okay, I've figured out like the path through my character sheet. You know how my character works. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I've already seen the rounds start getting a little bit quicker. Like that second round was a lot quicker than the first.
mhm. Yeah, it's like at its core, the way that this game works is you say some wild shit and you get a bunch of dice for it. And the wilder the shit you say, the more dice you get. And then you roll a bunch and spend them on, various clocks. And that's the game.
I, I'm having a lot of fun with it. If you need more people on your playtest team, let me know.
Ooh.
So not to take away from the wonderful fun this game is, I think part of it is also we've got some wonderful people. Like this is a good group. I would run more games for you.
I would love to play more. So
Yes. I would like to maybe try my hand at being on the GM side of this. That seems like it would be a lot of fun.
I find that it's a fairly easy game to GM because a lot of the information is public and like because it's kind of the game's kind of built as an adventure.
Yeah.
A lot of that prep work that GMs face in bigger kind of long form systems is eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously, like I think the biggest part of GMing the game is just like, if you're going to be running a chapter or one of the zones, like the industrial zone that we're in right now, is just like looking through at the like the list of scenes, so you kind of
Mm-hmm.
have an idea like how do I want to describe them, how would I move them from one to another,
Yeah.
what characters do I know that they're playing. Like that's most of what the GM prep I think is for a game like this.
Yeah, and I also think listening to you talk about how you ran it in person before, how you made those things public. I think that there may be like some resources that could potentially be built to assist with GMs who are doing things on the digital side of things,
Hmm.
or either like advice or whatever that of like how you can represent that when you're running things in a Discord server or something like that, or in a Zoom call, whatever it is.
When I've run playtests online before, what I use really often is a program called Miro, which is
Mhm.
just like
Yeah.
a meeting software that puts a big whiteboard in front of everybody that you can like copy and paste images onto.
Mhm.
And so usually like I'll just use a bunch of images of dice and I'll be like, okay, stack up the dice in front of everybody. I'm like, you got to knock these out. And then of course, because it's Miro, everybody else can like click and eliminate them. You can do the same stuff with like Roll20 too, I think.
Mhm.
There was some friends or some folks that emailed us about the game also like sent us a screenshot of like their Roll20 setup where they had been
Mhm.
like arranging the dice on the battle map.
Mhm.
Yeah. Actually, Morgan and I have a little bit of experience with similar when we were doing a project that ultimately didn't get off the ground, which was very sad. But we did some fiasco online, which
Ooh.
I wouldn't have thought was possible before we figured it out.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I wish we could pick that project back up.
At some point we will.
Mhm.
Before we dive back in, letting Bree settle back in, I want to tell Morgan and everyone who is watching about a future project I have. At some point, I want to run all of the 5th edition campaigns, except basically rewrite them because I have minor issues with all of them.
Yeah.
I would love to assist with that because I've basically been doing that. I literally have been doing that as a pet project just with my weekly D&D game. We're about halfway through Tyranny of Dragons right now, and
Ooh.
I think Tyranny of Dragons is a fantastic story, but doesn't have a lot of great. It's very hard on the GM. It's a very, very hard campaign on the GM, and so like there's a lot of like tweaks and stuff like that, and I'd love to be able to like basically like kind of make content to be able to be like, hey, this is how you can run this game now that like 10 years have passed, and like there's all these resources for like how you can run these games a little bit smoother, a little bit better.
Maybe we can sit down at some point and just start doing the background work for that. What really started it for me is Tomb of Annihilation has a lot to say about colonialism, except it
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It keeps brushing up against colonialism like 100 times throughout the book and does not acknowledge it at all.
Mhm.
So it's just like,
Mhm.
no. If you have a lot to say about it, say it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, let's get back since everyone is back sitting down. What do the goblins do this round?
My goblins are on my desk. Because of how the structure is that you can't see them, but they are here.
Now, we can keep seeing bits of one.
They're both on my desk.
I don't know your cats well enough to know which keeps popping into frame, but one does.
This one is Millie. Baby's tail is too far away.
So, you just rolled the thing again.
And we have 7
And our-
successes.
We had 7 successes. How many more of the elementals are there?
There are 3 at the moment. Unless I spend some dice to bring another one back. There are also 5 points left in the primary objective, and then 3 points left in the secondary learn your powers.
Okay.
Which I'm going to let you guys know right now, the reward for that is really fun.
Ooh.
All right. I think Bernie's like, I am very warm right now. I need to get a handle on this.
How many
I'm
injuries
so
do you have
warm.
right now?
4 of 6.
Oh my god!
I designed this character to be played a certain way, and I am playing very into that fantasy right now. Playing Bernie, you ride the razor's edge between, yes, I'm using my health as a resource actively. Oh no, I'm dying.
Oh no, I'm dying. Yep.
I think Bernie has a trash, so the first thing that I think I'm going to do is again use Incinerate to just kind of like make a little puff of fire, and I'll knock out 2 of the attack dice from the threat.
Oh.
And then I think she is just straight up gonna take her bit, like look at the little like wooden torch in her hand, look over at the metal machinery, look down at her bin shield that's made of metal, and then look back at the machinery on the rooftop and be like, Now I know what I gotta do. And she is just going to run over and take it and smash it into the most delicate part of this machine that she can find.
Incredible.
Trisser's like, how do I shut this machine off? Bernie's like, how do I smash? Um,
What skill are you
Nice.
using for that?
that feels like a fight because I'm trying to destroy something.
But you are using your shield, so I could see you arguing protect for that one.
That's true. I'm not really using it to protect anybody. I'm using it mostly as a blunt instrument. Hold on. Ugh.
Seeing your stats fight is probably the better one to go with.
Yeah, I would say I'm using the shield more as a blunt instrument to damage something more than I'm using the shield to protect anyone or myself with it. So I'll mark a use of it, but I'm not gaining any bonus die because I'm not trying to block anything. I am just trying to smash stuff with it.
Wonderful.
Okay. That is 2 feral dice and 2 successes.
How would you like to allocate those?
I would like to put a feral die at least towards the learn your powers, I think.
Okay.
That's
And
So it's
then
2 of the 3.
And then are you putting the other 3 into the primary objective then?
I will put 4 towards the primary objective.
Okay.
How many left on the learn your powers one?
1.
Okay.
And also 1 on the primary objective as well.
Bernie just kind of goes like and is a little bit less on fire.
Hell yeah.
Also, I think we are up to 9 momentum.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm trying to think. I have an idea.
What is your idea?
I was thinking about using my jar of dirt in a non-traditional way.
How would you like to use your jar of dirt in a non-traditional way?
I would like to basically, so where we left off, I had just popped up in the middle of these like smog
Mm-hmm.
elementals, poofing one of them out of existence.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'd like to do is now like kind of basically like spin around so that like my skirt goes all twirly and like basically hold my jar of dirt and like spray them all with dirt. And I'd like to use protect as my basis and basically like kind of like distract them to make them like less likely to hurt us and do as much damage to us.
I love that.
Kind of where I'm going with that. So
Yeah.
I get only 1 bonus die because I'm not using my jar of dirt to tunnel, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. One
Yeah.
die sounds fine.
Okay. So
Spinny go burnt.
Spinny skirt. Yep. That's exactly what's happening. We
Cool.
have dirt flying all around.
Okay, so I got 2 ferals and a regular success.
Would you like to put that regular success towards your secondary?
Yeah, I'll put that towards the secondary objective. And
So you guys have a maxed out momentum.
Mm-hmm.
cool. And you said there's only 1 left in the other?
There is.
Do
you guys want to use your momentum though to do a cool move?
I would love to. I would love to use a combo move.
let's do it.
Yeah. So there is a
worm-
list of combo moves.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
So there is Song of Flame.
Mhm.
There is Winter's Bite, Armor of Earth, Cage Match, Siren Songs, and Kindle Vines.
Mhm. And they have different prerequisites. Do they have different? I can't remember if they have different prerequisites or like different things that are used for them.
I don't have anything currently written in there that requires them to be two specific
Okay,
goblins.
gotcha. Okay. I
They are
couldn't
certain.
remember.
They are definitely themed for certain goblins to interact certain ways, but
Right.
Okay. I'm pulling this up now. So what page is this on?
28.
Okay. What do you guys think?
What do you think, Johnny? You look like you were gonna say something.
I think we have Treasure and Bernie in one place. I think Song of Flame is pretty good.
That could be fun. Yeah,
All right.
let's do it.
All right. So the way that this works is every gobbo in the scene who's comboing off is going to gain plus die equal to the number next to Song of Flame. So we all add 4 dice to our pool here.
Okay, so we roll 4 more dice.
Mm-hmm.
And you also all gain a feral ability where you deal 3 damage to a threat.
Yep.
I just rolled another feral and
Feral, 2 ferals.
and
I'll
2
start-
other successes.
Oh my gosh! And so we have a feral ability to deal 3 damage to a threat.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So I haven't. I was waiting for other people to go because mine was going to be just kind of like building my dice pool again. So I did rolls, but I didn't say what I rolled. I had rolled. So basically, what I was doing before this common move happened is I was going to empathize with Bernie, and I was going to try to clean them off of all of the fire with my hair. You know, normal goblin things. And so I was gonna use my mop hair extensions and help like clean them off and like heal them up at while like doing the empathize and making sure that they're okay. So I rolled a bunch for empathize plus for clean, and then I also did my forgotten friends. I was gonna do my forgotten friends, which a lost or forgotten item animates and leaps to your aid, and you or any ally reroll 2 unsuccessful dice, and I rolled 2 dice. So that was what I did quietly because I was like, it's not super exciting, and I'll get to that, but that's what I did this turn. And then now I have 3 6s because of all of that and this combo move. So I think I'm going to use one of my 6s to do that 3 damage with the song of I empathize with Bernie and I make sure that they're okay, and then we're like, you know what? Let's fucking finish this.
Well, I mean, it's fitting. You're empathizing with the burning one and have summoned an inferno.
And summon an inferno with my singing and my mop hair extension.
I think I imagine it's a lot like helping Bernie get her fire under control. So like she like instead of trying to like hold it in and control it and burning herself, then like she kind of like relaxes and lets it go.
Yeah.
And just kind of guides its path instead of trying to force it to do things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think with the 6 ferals you guys have, that should be enough to just knock out all 3 remaining smog monsters.
Yeah.
If you want to spend, because by my math, it is going to take 6.
How many smog monsters are left?
There
There's
are 3,
4 health each,
and
12 total damage, which would take 4 feral, 4 uses of Radiant Refrain.
Yes.
I have 2 6s, so I can put them towards incinerating
Okay.
1.5 of the smog elementals.
Okay, so I have 3 more as well, so that'll be.
It would just need. Well, you've already spent 1 towards that. John has now spent 2, so there's just 1 more needs to be spent. Because my math was wrong and John's was not.
Okay, I can do it. I'll just spend my other one, so I still have 1.
Okay, and then
I have 2.
as all of the smog monsters already all kind of together,
Mhm.
all burst into flame and dissipate. We are 1 success away from finishing the primary objective.
Okay.
I have way more than that success
Me too.
assigned to that.
Me too. I have 4 more successes plus 1 more feral dice, and I think I'm going to use my feral dice for my pilfer ability, which gets me more trash. And question: is the threats challenge? What is the threats challenge?
Fight.
No. Okay. It says reduce a threats challenge by 1. If it has no challenge, gain 3 trash instead. So it has 1 challenge.
It's 1 challenge.
So it goes down to 0, which I don't think really matters. So I get 2 trash. Okay. I get 2 trash. Okay, and then I have 4 more successes. So
Fill up on trash.
I'll fill up on trash. If you're fine with if I can use one of them, or you can use one. Like
I still have so many successes to spend. I don't even know what to do with them.
Well, there's things that you can always do. Which is one of them is use your successes to be like, I get trash, I get trash, I get trash.
You can also at any time spend 3 trash to heal an injury.
Heal an injury, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
you can spend all the
first off,
successes for trash.
did anyone roll 1s?
No. Well, actually I did. I rolled 1 1.
I rolled 1 1 too. Did you roll any, John?
I rolled 1.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend 1 of my feral dice and get 3 trash from that. And then you said you can, and then I guess I just use the rest to get more trash.
And I mean, remember you can heal.
You can also heal if you want.
Yeah. So can you use successes to heal?
Just trash.
Just
but
trash.
you have a maximum of 10 trash.
Yeah. So my plan was to max out on trash and then start healing.
Cool.
That was good.
And then do you still have 1 success? Are you going to allocate 1 success to the objective, or should I do that?
I thought the objective was done now.
We need to just need 1 of our successes in our excessive pool that we currently
here is 1 success towards the objective.
Cool. And we did 1 more, and we got rid of, and we did the one that we know our powers, right? We still have some for that. Great.
1 final banana peel into the smog machine, and it is done for.
Cool. All right, then I'll use my 4 successes to gain trash.
And I have spent trash to heal. And now I am going to use my final success to just gain some more trash back that I just spent.
Yeah. And I will say gaining trash is a really good thing to do at the end of a scene because it does carry over to the next scene.
Okay, I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah.
But momentum does not carry over, correct?
Nope.
No.
That's why you want to get those combo moves in.
But since we did that, is that now when the total momentum goes down by 1? Because you've used the combo once, or is that an advance thing? I don't remember.
That's when you take an advance.
Okay.
When you take an advance, reduce the amount of momentum you need to trigger it.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
how do you take advances?
When we save one of the dragons.
Okay.
There's also loot in Air Elemental Core.
Ooh.
So we get an extra. Is that an extra gear, or is that?
That is a gear. It looks like it has 3 uses. with a plus if you jump.
Oh, okay. Okay. Who wants to take that? I ask person that has current pen and paper.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Brenny will take it.
Cool.
I'll take an air elemental core.
I would get pen and paper, but one of my hands is currently being used by Cat.
Understandable. I think after like the smog machine is disabled, Bernie just like sits down with her legs like splayed out, like a little like, wow, this magic thing's a lot, and she just goes like, and like puts out like a lock of hair that is actively on fire.
And now it's glowing a little bit.
Yeah. The bioluminescence is contagious.
The bioluminescent fungus is like, ooh.
So, there are pipes that seem to be going to a nearby factory site that is being orbited by a small army of drones. Go there, or you can see the overpass and the skate park from where you are on top of the roof. Where do you guys want to go?
You okay? Anybody need anything? That was big. That was
was
so
a lot.
cool, though.
That was
Yeah.
a lot.
That was a
Did
lot.
we do all that? Bernie looks around at all the fire. Did I do all that?
I think so.
I don't know, but I went into the ground.
You went into the ground.
Like straight through the roof.
And a bunch of trash got summoned to you. And then I summoned some trash. And then Bernie burned everything. And then I was checking out Bernie, and then our dragon stones glowed, and a big tornado of fire destroyed everything.
I saw that.
Isn't that great? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. No, seriously, does anyone need to get healed?
I could use
I
a sandwich and a band-aid.
Oh, I have sandwich.
You can share trash among goblins at any time.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I didn't know that. I wanted to ask about that.
Mhm.
So, do we want to heal up anybody's injuries real quick before we decide on our next course of action? I know you were interested in the skate park.
How just on a more logistical stepping away from, how many scenes were we planning on doing tonight?
I don't know the answer to that question. So I assume that the assumption for this is run the 4 and then the final boss. That would be 5. I know we're at about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Do we want to do maybe 2 tonight and then talk about turning this 1 shot into a 2 shot?
Sure.
I am getting a little real person sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being real with you.
Yeah, totally fair.
I'd be down for maybe like we do one more scene and then we do we maybe come back and do another the remaining 3.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I'm going to advocate for the skate park because one of my favorite things that I've written is in the skate park.
I was interested in the skate park from the beginning, so.
And now that we know the mechanics, I think it'll go a little bit faster.
Yes.
Okay, but who needs healing?
I think it might just be Bernie.
Okay, how much do you have any trash left at all?
Nope.
Okay, how many ouchies do you have?
4. So we don't have to heal all of my ouchies. I would love to heal like 1, maybe 2.
I can give you 3 of my trash.
Okay.
I'll give you 3 of my trash too, so you can heal 2.
Yes.
All right. I will heal up 2 of my injuries. I'm gonna get rid of that can't use plus dice because that is brutal.
Yeah.
That is brutal.
That
And
is
then I'm
brutal.
I'm gonna take a minute to stoke my staff, my little fire staff, back up to being, instead of like flickering, kind of sputtering and going out, to like, and then take some like some of the flammable trash and kind of like poke it onto the end of my staff.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys make your way, gingerly climbing down the side of this building.
Mhm.
Because, doors and stairs aren't for goblins. Are you crazy? At least not magic goblins.
No,
Not
of
magic
course not.
Um,
Bernie just jumps off the edge of the building, like holding onto her elemental core, which has like kind of the physics of a helium balloon. Like it kind of wants to like float up out of her hands, and so she just sort of drifts at a gentle speed down to the ground, holding it.
Incredible.
Um,
oh, go ahead.
no, nothing.
Okay. So you guys make your way over to a heavily graffitied skate park with an equally graffitied band shell in the center of it.
Hell yeah.
There is a notice plastered to the side. Clean Sweep Incorporated is going to be bulldozing this place in 2 weeks.
What?
Oh,
There's a band shell here. Fun.
Whole thing.
I came down here and saw like a really cool band play a while back.
That's not fair.
they
What the
have
heck?
really good snacks when they do concerts here.
Yeah. That sucks.
I really like the caramel corn.
Mm-hmm.
They put little crystallized, like they put like little caramelized bugs in it.
Ew.
I think I might have some left over. That was like from 2 months ago. Do you want it?
Yeah, they keep and keep and keep.
Mm-hmm.
See,
It'll keep and keep and keep.
That's what the caramel's there for. It's just like it's like putting a bug in amber, but it tastes good.
Yeah, exactly. Like Bernie's walking along eating couple months old like caramel bugs.
And also, it does look like there is a band in the bandstand right now.
Bernie goes to like press herself up against the fence and then melts through it by accident.
oh,
So there's just a goblin-shaped hole in the fence.
Worm follows through that hole.
new door.
Treasure going, how are we going to get in through this big old fence? And Bernie's like, oops.
It is 5 dwarves. Who, well, it looks like they are set up for some pretty awesome heavy metal. However, there is some corporate security and a dumpster mech that is currently fighting them.
Is that...
Is
They're
that what?
literally
Sorry.
trying to bulldoze it right now.
It's not a week yet. It's not a week. How dare you?
They're taking down the band.
They're taking down the band.
We gotta go help. We gotta go help them.
Go help them. Don't worry,
Um,
friends. New powered girlies are coming.
You also see
The scene has the best soundtrack.
And by the way, the corpo security is an elf.
Yeah.
And you see another one who is holding a...
Wait. High elf?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh.
Of course. The highest of high elves.
Those prissy motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Clean Sweep is an elven company. You do see one elf running away holding the ultimate shredder.
Is that what it's labeled as? Ultimate Shredder.
I mean, not only that, but I mean, objectively, this
Collectively.
dwarven heavy metal guitar is the ultimate shredding machine of all time.
Yeah. All right.
It might
Bernie's
even
like-
have a paper shredder attached to it.
Like,
you can't tell.
big, like, sparkling eye is the instant they see that.
Bernie,
So-
Bernie.
Uh-huh.
If we fix this, you have to give them some rad pyrotechnics.
Oh, you're so right, though. Oh, and I have new fire magic. I don't even have to do it janky with sparklers and stuff.
I can actually do it with my magic. Hell yeah.
So, your objectives are clean up the skate park, which is 8. Retrieve ultimate a shredder from the Corpo Thieves, which is another 8. That is your secondary objective. And the Corpo Security and the Dumpster Mech are trying to take out Dirtmouth, which is the name of the dwarven band.
Favorite indie metal band.
They are 5 dwarves who are passionate about 4 things. They're passionate about skating. They're passionate about gardening. They're passionate about recycling. And heavy metal.
Yeah.
That is the 4 things these 5 care about.
Dirt,
yeah.
mouth, dirt, mouth.
Hell
Wait,
yeah.
wait. Did you see their newest album, Compost Me Forever?
Yeah.
We need to save them so that I can listen to it.
Bernie's
gosh.
just taking her, like, plugs her earbuds in. Yeah, I'm gonna provide some musical inspiration for the people on camera here.
Some backing track.
You know, I assume that this is not royalty free, so we're not going to put it on stream.
No.
Technically speaking, I think it is, but I wouldn't chance it.
Even if it is, the DMCA may still come down on you because they suck.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, it's
They're
true.
run by elves.
It's
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 run by
also run by
elves.
Clean Sweep.
Yeah.
Gross. You could throw the
Alright.
link in chat and people could just click on it to also have it in their background.
Yes.
Hold on,
Okay,
I gotta.
so, for people who want to listen to this, unfortunately, I am not able to because I cannot have you listen to the people, but not the song.
Yeah.
Right.
I have to choose both. Either you can hear both or you can't hear both. So I cannot listen to the music at this time. It is okay though.
That's all right.
For now, let's go save some dwarves.
Let's save some dwarves. All right. Let's go.
Yeah. Yes.
Bernie takes off after the suit with the guitar so fast that she leaves like scorch marks and an after image.
Nice.
Like
Oh my gosh.
like all of the ash and like kind of grime that accumulated in the smog elemental fight is just left behind in the shape of a goblin that then just like falls to the ground.
It stays in the correct shape for a unbelievably long time. Almost 2 whole seconds.
Whoa.
So
This is like I can see it in my head. The like, have you heard their latest album? Misses this completely because she plugs in her headphones, like track runner pose, and then just.
Yeah.
To let you guys know what these corpos look like, they're shitty elves.
Yep.
They're clad in cheap black suits and sunglasses, armed with low quality guns.
Gross. Gross.
Just the worst.
And then the dumpster
Absolutely.
mech is a pile of trash animated by Dragon Corruption.
We gotta take care of that. We can't have any dragon corruption here. Koki won't stand for it. Let's go, Koki. All right. Let's see. I think what Treasure's instincts are to protect at this current moment. And that means to distract the dumpster mech from the dwarves. And so she's gonna take her.
I need to build my dice.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And just to let you guys know, the primary objective is locked until the dumpster mech is taken out.
Gotcha.
Got it.
And with
We have to destroy
lock
it.
objectives, you cannot give it the last 2 successes. So you can get up to 6, but not all 8.
Got it.
And quick question to the maker of this game.
Mhm.
Do I build a dice pool for the corpo security and one for the dumpster mech, or just one?
Whichever one has the higher attack, and then add 1 to it because there's 1 additional threat present.
Okay.
So I think that's the dumpster mech with 6.
Yes, and it does have a solo tag.
Yep, +1. It just means you can't regenerate it. So when we defeat it,
It can't come back.
it can't come back.
And
Corpo
it also
security
says
can.
challenge 6.
Sure does.
And
what I will note
is
is
the challenge 6.
that means that the first 6 successes that each goblin allocates to it each round will not, it'll negate. However, when the dumpster mech is in the scene, we all gain a new feral ability, just like we did from Song of Flame. We have an ability that gives us 2 trash and reduces its challenge by 1. So you can spend a feral die to do that.
So we can basically chip away at its shield as our feral ability.
Oh, okay.
You can steal trash from it and weaken it.
However, when it inflicts an injury on you, you get both injuries in that column.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So let me see if my hands are big enough to roll 21 dice at once.
Yep.
They are, which is a minor surprise. And we again roll about average with just 11 successes.
Just above average.
I mean, it's half a die above average, so it's average, basically.
Yep.
Okay,
I'm
what do
building
you
my
guys
dice pool. So I said I was going to protect, and I'm going to use my jingly things to distract. I use my jingly things to distract. Oh.
I'm going to need more dice.
Jingly things to distract. And then I'm going to activate my serenade ability. Which is 2 trash. And I'm going to reduce the threat's attack die by 1 for each threat in the scene.
Okay, so that'd be 2.
That'd be 2. So, 1, 2, 3, yeah. And then, okay. So I should have 6 dice. What is there good lighting because there is a band shell here? And they were in the middle of the performance.
There will be good lighting.
Woo!
A spotlight comes out of nowhere just to Go right over.
Bernie smiles.
No, because you're running after the Corpo thief.
You're away.
That's
You're
true.
away. Whoever's like lighting this like impromptu concert is like, oh.
One of the dwarves tilts a cymbal.
Yeah. So I got 4 successes.
Okay.
And I think so. I'm trying to like distract. So I'm gonna try to. I didn't get any feral, so I can't reduce anything, and 4 is not gonna damage the mech at all. So I'm going to put 4 towards the just primary objective. And just be like, hey, what are you doing? Look over here.
And since the primary objective is to clean the skate park, your magical singing is radiating out in a bubble, just flaking away the graffiti.
Yep, just like clean, making this a clean, perfect performance area.
All right, Bernie tears off after the corpo with the thing, but probably has to like kind of tango with the mech along the way. She's like weirdly locked in, like she put in the headphones and entered the zone.
Yeah.
I think she sprints in, picks up like another like a bag of trash, like bits of like moved aside construction waste, like as from the site, and just like spins and shot puts it after the guy who's running away with the guitar.
Oh wait. I realized that I probably shouldn't have done the objective. I probably should have done the threat dice that was coming at us.
Do you want to do that instead?
Yeah, I'll do that instead.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, I sometimes forget that like the threat dice isn't like the health of the thing. Like I should get rid of the threat dice first. So I'll do the 4 instead of the objective.
Okay.
Because it's still like 11 dice that we have to get rid of.
Yeah, so that'll knock it down to 7.
No, because remember, you've already taken away
Oh,
the
yeah.
2, so there are only 5 left.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Brought
perfect.
11 down to 5.
11 down to 5. I am going to. So I hit a feral die on my initial roll here, so I'm gonna spend that one. Like Bernie, I think basically just like has to skirt through the legs of the dumpster mech that like goes into for like a big smash.
Is that where you get your garbage bag from? Is you
Yeah,
just
she
tear
just-
it right off?
Yeah, jumps up, grabs one, pulls it out, and like a bunch of stuff falls out with it. And then she just hucks that after the dude to like try and slow him down. But that'll give me 2 trash and reduce its challenge by 1.
Yes, so it has 5 now.
And then I think what I'm gonna do is, you know what? I'll use my air elemental core to just like vault off of the dumpster mech's arm. Like it I'll do a little bit of like Shadow of the Colossus action, where like it brings down the arm, I grab the garbage, run up its arm, jump off, throw the thing, and then glide down with the air elemental core.
I'd say that counts as jumping.
Yeah.
I rolled another 6. So I'm going to take some more trash with me, I think, and pull another one off of its challenge. Which puts me at a cozy 4 trash and 5 successes left in my pool. So I think what I'll do is I'll put 2 of those towards like knocking out some of those attack dice incoming.
Okay, so bringing it down to 3?
Yeah, I think that second like kind of like Bernie just uses her little goblin claws to like rummage a bunch of trash out as she's running along the mech. and that like gives the dwarves some cover to block some of the bullets from the security team.
Heck yeah.
And then I'm gonna put 3 towards the secondary objective and start chasing that guy down.
Okay, so that one has 5 more to go. And I think Worm has still to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worm is locked in on that mech. And what I'm going to do is I am going to climb the mech. I'm gonna run up, climb the mech, and then I am going to sprinkle myself with my lucky jar of dirt, and I'm gonna dumpster dive like into the mech's machinery. Is my plan.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
So
I mean, that counts as tunneling, I suppose. Trying to tunnel
into this creature.
Through.
If we learned anything through Avatar: The Last Airbender, metal is earth.
That's 7 dice. So no ferals, but that is 1, 2, 3 successes.
And so far everyone has gotten at least 3 successes, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I will assign that towards the attack dice if there's still any left.
There are 3 of them.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, is that your go?
That's my go.
Wonderful. So I have nothing else, which means now I get more dice. There are 27 dice this time, and I might need to get more d6s.
27?
Because there are 2 when the corruption spreads. And then those 2, don't those get multiplied by the 3? Make the 6?
mech doesn't contribute to corruption spread, so it'll just be +1 die to the pool.
Okay, so then that adds, so just 1 total, not multiplied by
so we'll
3?
go from 21 to 24 compared to last round.
Then I have 24, which means, okay, we have 4 rounds before I have to find new dice.
We just have to take out the dumpster mech. It's fine.
Yeah. We have to roll really, really good is what we have to do.
Do you still have that reroll ability?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And quick question. Can I use the familiar ability whenever I want?
Once per scene.
That's what I thought.
Luckily, we're in a new scene.
Yes. That's why I didn't use it again. I assumed it was once per scene, but there isn't a thing on the character sheet which we can fix.
These are some very excellent like character sheets for playtesting that a friend of mine who was one of the first playtesters made for us. But there's a lot of stuff to fit onto our character sheets.
Yes.
Yeah. I was already thinking of some fun stuff you could do to like actually like design the character sheets and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to see like what those turn out to look like when the game is nice and pretty and ready.
Yeah.
I really like it when character sheets have all of the things that your character can do on them on the sheet. Like
Yes.
I like not having to flip through the book to see what my character can do because it's all right here.
Yes.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna add the you can always do this list of like heal, trash, things like that, and then we're gonna also probably add like you can do this how many ever times in the scene you can do this, and like to like make it a little bit more obvious, and like make the icons obvious that's 1 trash instead of just like a 1 with a circle around it.
My wonderful dice goblin of a wife is asking if I need a delivery of more dice.
Yeah, always. Always.
It would only be D6s. I do have more around me, so it's not going to be hugely necessary, but we appreciate it. This time I only got 10 successes. 10
Oh,
successes off of 24 dice. I should have gotten at least 2 more. Math says I should have gotten 2 more.
We're okay with that. We're okay with math being off.
Definitely okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with the math working out this way for us.
So yeah. What are you guys doing? How are the goblins going after the 3 things? There are 3 goblins and 3 things to do. It works out perfectly.
Mm-hmm. All right. What are y'all feeling?
I think I'm gonna keep jumping through this thing.
All right.
So this will be my jar of dirt is gonna be empty after this one.
Uh-oh. Not the jar of dirt.
Not the jar of dirt. So we're rolling it back. Okay. That is 4 successes, including 1 feral.
Nice.
Yeah. So not sure how I want to assign that yet. I'll see what you guys do.
All right. I think
you've kind of locked yourself into running after the thief.
yeah, I did like basically vault off of a mech like 12 times my height as a wee like goblin of 3 feet tall.
I have a delivery of D6s.
I'm going to engage this man in fisticuffs for that for
You
that
might-
guitar.
You might say flame to cuffs.
Flame to cuffs.
Go ahead and continue with the scene. I need to take a quick bio break, but I will be back.
Okay. I think Bernie just goes full Captain America here,
Yeah.
and just pulls up her bin shield and charges at him. And because like she's a tiny little goblin, it's not like the Captain America thing, like of just shoot him in the knees.
We shot him in the knees because his shield is the size of a dinner plate.
Shield is the size of Bernie's body.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think she's running forward, like blocking bullets with it. And then, like when he goes to reload, she's just gonna take it and fling it at him to try and trip him. Oh, roll a big pile of. All right, it's more ones than I want to see, but
Well, Worm will be happy.
pretty
about
good
that.
roll. Yeah, Worm will be happy about that because she'll get at least 2 here. Okay, I rolled 1 6 and then 5 more successes besides. What do we have left on the secondary objective?
5.
5? All right, then I'm going to just straight up spend my 5 successes to catch up to him.
Yes! Get that guitar!
And knock out the secondary objective. So Bernie, I think, just like flings it, trips him, slides by, grabs the guitar case out of his hands as he falls, and then proceeds to hop onto her garbage can lid and just ride the momentum to skate around the park and throw it back to Dirtmouth. I'll use my air elemental core for some sick airtime.
Yeah. And like I just imagine like they throw back and they just get a sick riff like
Yeah, absolutely. Straight into a sick riff by Dirtmouth.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. That the case opens up as it gets close enough to them. The lead guitarist holds out his hand,
Out
grabs
of
it.
midair.
And of course, the sick riff perfectly matches timing with the music that Bernie is hearing. in
Yeah.
Yeah,
in her earbuds.
Bernie is zoned in.
Awesome. Okay.
All right. Then I've still got more I can do. Treasure, do you want to chime in here?
Yeah, so you guys don't seem to need any extra dice. You guys are rolling great, and I'm so proud of you. However, that does limit what I'm good at. So, I think I'm going to gain 2 trash from my secret pockets. And then I'm going to try my best to restore by like grabbing like whether or not I roll a 6 or not, I am a like flavor wise I'm trying to restore by like pushing trash off the trash bag. Whether or not that's actually doing anything mechanically, we will find out.
We will find out.
We will find out. But like I'm using restore to sort of like purge the trash off of this trash bag.
Yeah.
And I've just gained 2 trash as sort of a fun flavor from that.
I have
Okay.
rolled 3 ones now that you're back, Worm. So
I also rolled 3 ones, so I think that's where my feral dice is
you're
going.
about to gain a lot of trash.
Okay, so I get 4 for restore. If I get since I use secret pockets, I get 1, and then if I use my Bop hair extensions, do I also get ++ for clean since I'm technically like purging and cleaning off this like speck?
Especially because your whole primary objective is to clean up the skate park.
Hell
Between
yeah.
that and what you're doing with the mech, sure.
Hell yeah. I'm just trying to get as much dice as I can because
Yes.
I can't do much damage. Great. All right.
I bet all of you can guess which famous D&D dragon is Wormet's favorite.
I rolled 2 ones, by the way, and I got 2 feral dice. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use one of those, and we're gonna take some trash off of that motherfucker.
Okay. So that's going to bring the challenge down to 3.
That's gonna bring the challenge down to 3. And then I have another feral dice, which means that I can use my pilfer ability and steal something they probably won't notice, and gain 2 trash and reduce the threat challenge by 1.
So that's going to bring it down to 2.
And I get 2 trash. Yay! I
How
was
many,
like, please, I need some 6s. I need some 6s.
How many successes total did you get?
I got 3 success. I will. What's 3? 5.
Wonderful.
Because
Yes.
feral is 2. Is 2 each. So I have 1 extra success to use somewhere.
Do you want to put it towards cleaning up the skate park? Do you want to chip away at it so Worm might be able to do some actual damage to the thing? What are you thinking?
Can I?
How many
with
dice
one-
are left in the threat pool?
All of them. There are 10 left.
There are 10. Okay.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay, so bringing it down to 9.
I'll make my meager contribution. My plan. To bring it down to 9. But the mech can be touched at least a little bit now. You don't have to roll 7 successes for it to work. It is now you only have to roll 3 successes. So there we go.
So yeah, remember I have 9 things to bring out.
So I haven't assigned my stuff yet.
Yeah.
How many ones did you roll? If you rolled any,
I rolled 2.
1, 2, 3, 4,
That's
5,
8 total.
6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do my 2 regular successes towards the threat pool.
Okay.
I'm gonna
That's gonna bring
use
it down.
my feral die to use my ability to gain 8 trash.
I love worms so much.
How many feral dice has everyone rolled this combat? I think you're 3.
I basically, while you were doing that, I was like, oh wait, I have 1 trash. I might as well do my Forgotten Friends animate items so I can reroll my dice. And so I did that, and I got a 6 out of my 2 rerolling my dice. So I got another barrel.
I only rolled the 1. I didn't roll any last round, but I rolled 1 this time.
So then we should be at 6 momentum.
Yep. Sounds right to me.
Before we pass on the round, I can only use each of my abilities once per turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I will spend one of those trash that I just got to use compost and deal 1 damage to the trash mech.
Cool.
Okay. And
slowly start taking that down because we can't do much until that's gone.
So it is going to use 3 of the successes.
Hold on, I've got a couple of dice. I've got a couple of dice left.
A couple of dice left. Okay.
Yep.
I have 1 too.
I hadn't finished allocating all mine.
I thought you guys had. Please finish up.
Yeah, I think Bernie's probably just going to skate on her little on her trash can lid, right up in the dumpster mech's face, and like kick it back up onto her arm.
Oh, 2 seconds. We're met redeemed a hat redeem, so I need to go find my Stetson real quick.
Yes.
I'll be right back.
All right.
We can plan while he's gone. So if the dumpster mech is at 2, at a challenge rating 2 now, does that mean we have to then roll 3 successes in order to damage it?
To get 1 damage on it, yeah.
To get 1 damage, okay. Cool.
That's why I used my
peel a couple.
compost.
Yeah.
On it.
Yeah, that's what I was making sure. So yeah, my next feral wouldn't do anything to it because it'd just be 2.
But you could gain 2 trash. You could either knock 2 dice out, or you could gain 2 trash and pull another challenge off it.
Oh, that's true. I might do that. I'll pull another challenge off of it when he gets back.
Just let it hit me.
Okay, weirdly, I'm not sure where the Stetson is at the moment, but knowing my wife and knowing why she picked that hat redeem, I'm going with my Indiana Jones hat.
Okay.
Good hat.
So the extra special feral dice that I just said, I'm gonna reduce the challenge rating again. I'm gonna take 2 trash off of it.
Okay.
So it's now challenge rating 1.
All right. Bernie's gonna skate right up in this thing's face and kick a bunch of like sparks and flame up at it. I am going to, because I suspect I know what's about to happen. I'm gonna kick up a conflagration and take an injury.
Okay.
Instead of spending trash, and then I am going to use that to get plus flammable. Nope, that's a 1. Okay. Then I'm going to spend 3 of my dice to knock out 3 more of the attack.
Okay.
And then I will spend 1 trash to use Incinerate and knock 2 more out of its pool.
So bringing it down to 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I am now standing directly in front of an angry trash mech.
So, the good news is you've successfully distracted it from Dirtmouth.
Hey.
Good, great.
But also, it is going to use its crushing blows. 1 on Bernie. And then 1 on Worm, who keeps trying to tunnel through. And When this enemy inflicts an injury on a goblin, you mark both injuries in that column.
All right. See where we're doing. Oh, I'm okay with that. That's not the worst it could have been. Worst would have been the middle one.
How are you doing over there, Bernie?
I have 1 injury left.
Oh noes.
Trash do you need? I have so much trash.
I have a plan.
I have lots of
Also-
trash. I have lots of trash.
Funnel me some trash.
I'm
Yeah.
How much do
How
you
much do you
need?
want? I'm 2 from max on trash.
Same.
Because
No,
of all of my
We're-
fucking
You
ferals
got
I got.
9 trash.
Toss me like 3 or 4.
Okay. I'll send. I'm giving Bernie 3 trash.
Cool.
Okay. I'll do 1 then. We'll give you 4.
All right.
4
cool.
trash.
I promise I have a plan. A reminder.
Wait, so you're not
that-
using these to heal?
I promise I have a plan.
Okay.
So.
Bernie, we've been over this. We did a beautiful song together last fight. No.
Are you planning on going to the limit?
I'm thinking about it.
Oh.
I mean, he is also wants to show off all of the cool abilities that we can do, but
Yeah.
still.
So I will also, at this point, remind folks that because we're playing the quick start, you start with one of your advances.
Oh.
Ooh.
So you can pick one of those. I forgot until the beginning of this scene. I was like, oh, we should be playing with one of our advances.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, it's okay.
At any rate.
I
won't-
think I know which advance you just picked.
John's just making up rules.
I'm not making up rules. This
I know,
is in the
I know,
book.
I know.
I mean-
I know.
Technically, John, you already did.
You already made up the rules.
I've already made up the rules. I'm happy to proceed without it because we forgot at the beginning, or I can mark it off now because I realized that and I was like, oh, that would be very fun.
No, I'm gonna say you guys do it.
Okay, cool. I'm going to start the round. Bernie's going to attempt to 1v1 the mech because I think she.
For this next round.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I'll let you go ahead and roll your dice pool.
All 27 of them.
Yep, all 27 of them.
There are so many dice in my hand, I can feel several not moving. Ooh, boy. Okay. So that's 4, 7, 10, 12. Okay, that's better than I thought it was. It's only 13.
All right, only
Okay.
13 dice to deal with.
Okay.
Only 13 dice to deal with. So it was Worm that took damage there?
I
Okay.
did take some damage, yes.
Okay. I think Bernie sees the mech hit one of her friends and takes this very personally, in addition to the fact that it also almost squished her under her little shield. And I think she's going to reach real deep into that fire that she and Treasure were playing with last scene, and I'm going to take my last injury to incinerate again. So I'll knock 2 of its threat dice down,
Okay.
and then I need to roll an unconscionable amount of dice.
Mm-hmm.
Because that puts me at 6 injuries, which means Bernie is going to limit break. So that adds 8d6 to my pool and ignites every threat in the scene.
Are you also going to be using Supernova?
Yeah, I am going to use Supernova, actually.
Now please read what
Uh,
supernova is.
Supernova reads, ignite all of your trash when you limit break for a huge explosion. Plus, for each trash you ignite, other goblins can spend trash to give you additional dice.
Okay. Okay.
So
I will. Do you want more trash? Can you hold more trash?
I can hold 3 more trash, theoretically.
I will give you 3 more trash.
Cool.
Well, so the way it's worded and what it does, the way I read it, I don't think you holding 10 trash is a limiter for how much the other two.
Theoretically, you can throw in as much trash as you would like to throw in.
I
Alright.
know. I want to keep some around.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you 2 extra trash then.
Cool.
And I'm now down to just 5 trash.
I can still use some of my successes from this to scavenge trash to potentially heal myself, which is one of the
Because I
advantages.
still wanna I wanna keep some to heal you.
Yep. So, I think Bernie begins to glow brighter and brighter and brighter, and all of the little flames kind of that she's ignited around her just swell and are drawn into her. And then she's going to just channel a massive gout of flames straight through the center of the mech. So I'm going to start with just the fight pool and start setting aside my ones for
Please do.
Worm.
Yeah. Let me know if you need to re-roll anything.
And then you have
Okay.
13 d6?
I got 10 from my allies, 17 currently before using any gear.
Kill this mech!
Yeah, that's the plan. That's 3 feral dice, and again an unconscionable amount of successes.
Well, and since everyone has one advance, the momentum top out is only 12, and we're at like 10.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my torch. I'm gonna use up the last of my torch to try and melt this thing where it stands. So there's that. And now I have to roll the limit break dice. I rolled something approaching, I think, 20 dice here. as a player, not as the GM.
I think this is why I said at the beginning, when you only need maybe about 12 dice as a player at max. Bernie needs a bunch.
Bernie needs a lot of dice.
Specific reason.
Okay. I rolled an additional 6.
Here's the thing.
Oh my god.
Supernova. If you have all players and all players use all of their trash for Supernova, Bernie would be rolling 58 d6.
Yep.
I think that is the max just for the limit break.
The theoretical ceiling is very high. Okay. So
Oh my God.
I'm sitting currently on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 successes plus 4 feral die for a total of 19 that I can play with here.
And I think that would also, by my count, that should be enough to get momentum filled.
Yeah.
That would be nuts. I think we're at 14 because it doesn't reduce by 1 for each gobbo. It reduces by 1 each time the team takes an advance because it's a shared resource. So I think we're at like 12 or 13.
I think you're at like 13.
Okay, cool.
So this turn, I don't think everyone has rolled their dice yet.
No.
No.
I think we're gonna max out momentum this turn.
How
Alright,
much
what
health
if
does does the dumpster mech have?
So it still has challenge of 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna spend one of my feral die to say no, it doesn't.
Okay, so it has 8 health.
Cool. I'm gonna spend 8 successes and incinerate it where it stands.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Are you gonna use your other 11 to almost empty my threat pool?
Yeah, I think every bullet that's currently in flight and every gun that's in an elf's hand just melts. Like,
Yeah, no, I have 11 in the threat. You have 11 more successes.
all right. I will
Oh my
spend.
God.
I'm gonna spend 2 feral die on trash, and pull some of the trash from that thing melting to myself, so that I'm at 6, and then I will spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to knock down remaining threats.
Okay, so we've got 6 threat remaining.
And then I'm gonna heal 2 of my injuries, so that I
Yeah,
don't
you
go
are.
down.
Yeah, you are.
And then I'm gonna collapse into a little pile of gobbo, and I am spent.
This is another thing. If someone wouldn't mind clipping, please do.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that'd be great. So I don't think Trisha's not in the mindset of distraction at this point. She's just like, huh? She's distracted. What the fuck just happened? You just exploded.
Mm-hmm.
She did do that.
So yeah, I think she's gonna just try to like maybe I don't know what she's gonna try to do. I think she's gonna try to protect. Is what she's gonna try to do. You exploded, and she's like, Birdie's gonna die. So I think she's gonna try to use her like.
Oh, also, since you did limit break, you now get called on the reckoning, Bernie. Once per session, all of your dice become feral.
Yeah. Because I rescued the guitar from.
Oh right.
Yeah.
You got the guitar.
So is that all your dice before you roll them, or all of your dice after?
So the way that it works is Dirtmouth joins you in the boss fight, and you gain that ability for the boss fight.
Very exciting. Very
Yep.
exciting. Okay. So I think I'm gonna try to protect. And so like she got rid of all of the like bullets and raining in the air, but I'm like, there's still people here. I'm gonna try to like shelter her from getting more damaged. And
My threat pool still has 6 in it.
exactly. So I'm going to do 3 for protect. And then I don't know if I have any gear that's going to be really helpful in this moment, but I am going to try to serenade as like trying to like help kind of like in that protection of like as like a mother would like lullaby a child, be like, it's gonna be okay, it's all right, you're good, everything's fine. And so I'm gonna try to serenade.
I think I'm gonna need new headphones because they're absolutely burnt to ash.
Yeah.
Mom, I broke my AirPods.
Mama broke my earbuds. Does that count as good lighting because Bernie's burning herself and there's a lot of really pretty lighting and
I mean, there is a literal flaming pile of trash
There's a way. Yeah, great, cool. And then
that you're right next to.
So the threat and attack dice is reduced by 1 because I serenade. For each threat in the scene. I assume there's still only one threat.
There's still only one, so that brings me down to 5.
Great. And then I'm going to roll my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice. Woo! Okay. I got 3 successes. Sorry, no ones. But I did get a feral dice. Which helps boost our momentum up. How many feral dice did you get? You got 4.
So this would be enough to... This would fill the momentum.
Sick. Okay. Okay, cool. Great. We'll get to that. And then, I serenaded, so I'm gonna get rid of 2 of my trash. And then, what is the challenge? What is the threats challenge right now? 0?
0, yeah.
Cool.
There's just the corpo security, which have a threat of 6. And they don't have any challenge.
Sick. Okay. I think I'm just going to use all of my dice then to get rid of 4 of those 5 coming at us.
Okay, so we're down to 1.
In my protect action.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is me.
Does anyone have anything else?
Worm.
I haven't gone.
Yes.
Um,
Here we go. This is why I ask.
A lot just happened, and now
Yeah.
we're recovering.
So I just like see one of my friends burst into flames, and I'm going to like kind of
And then like Super Saiyan a dumpster mech.
Yeah.
yeah. So that I was standing on top of. So seeing that happen, I like jump down from the mech and go to Bernie's frail body, and I'm going to do protect, and I'm gonna like the comfort keyword here.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna use any bonus dice for this, but that's what I got for this because I'm using my trash for other things. Okay, I rolled 1 feral, and 2 other successes. And then so I'm just like there, like trying to like comfort and like I'm not quite stroking your hair because you're still kind of a little
On
bit
fire. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm just like kind of like hovering right over like you and just being like and like also putting food like near your mouth so you can eat it. And then to also add to the like kind of creating an element of protection for myself, I am going to summon Terry.
Yes.
The trash elemental. So I'll use my last 2 trash to summon Terry, the trash elemental. This ability is one of my advances, so this is the one I'm picking. I summon a shambling mound of trash and compost with a charming personality to aid me. I gain either 2 bonus die or 1 trash at the start of my turn. I can't be targeted by threat dice as long as Terry is around, and Terry's existence adds a threat objective to the scene, which is destroy Terry, and has 4 on it. So
Nice.
yeah, fun stuff.
Awesome.
So I will assign my 2 normal successes to the because I'm assuming that dice pool hasn't gone down, has it?
The threat
one
die
left.
is 1.
Okay, so I will get rid of one of them.
Okay.
And what are the objectives at right now?
8 left.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys have not touched this fight so far.
Okay. So I will put one of my other successes I'll put my other success towards the objective.
Okay.
And then I will use my feral to gain trash for each one an ally rolled this turn. Can you guys let me know what that number was?
I didn't roll any ones.
So 5 from John.
Okay.
I rolled
So-
like 25 dice.
Yeah, so I figured there would be at least some. So I'm getting 6 trash back. And then I will immediately use one of the. Is there any other threats left?
Yes.
Okay.
There's still corpo security.
I will immediately use one of those to use compost to deal 1 damage to one of the corpos.
Okay.
Wow.
So
You got compost on his suit.
for
He's got to go get it dry cleaned immediately.
So that turn for me was jump off of a flaming mech, comfort someone, summon a trash elemental, and then throw some of the trash from the trash elemental at an elf in a suit.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, my turn was just like pile as much trash around us as a wall. Like, oh my god.
So-
Also, Terry!
had you not taken out the trash elemental, I would be rolling 30 dice this turn. Because you did, I'm only rolling 18. So
And didn't we unlock our collaborative
yes, you did.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. So we can combo move after the
Yes,
threats roll their dice here.
Yep. I'm looking for the combo moves. 'Cause-
Yeah. Let's do something different.
Page 28, I believe, in the PDF.
Kindle Vines looks fun.
Okay, I
Oh, I
rolled
can-
13 successes. So you cut the dice pool in half, but I still ended up with the most successes I've had so far this fight.
Hey, we're nothing if not good at things being stacked against us. All right.
Probability is just that, probability.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And over half of those were 6s, by the way. Just cuz.
There
It's
are
fun.
enemies in the game that do use 6s, and those enemies are very scary with the volume of dice that threats roll.
Okay, I'm looking at what we. Ooh. I don't know if that'll be really used. I'm reading these real quick because Kindle Vine sounds fun as like a Bernie and worm thing,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it'll be useful given that it's about entangling a threat and it losing its challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and the corpo security already has
No challenge.
no challenge.
Oh, okay. So
Armor of Earth would be pretty good.
Armor of Earth
okay.
could be good.
I was thinking Armor of Earth. What about Winter's Bite?
Summon an ice storm that freezes threats. Non-boss threats do not roll dice next turn.
Yeah.
Starts to be
Turn
a
them
little
into
frozen.
popsicles.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I love. We set everything on fire and then immediately freeze them.
Freeze it.
Well, you're freezing the things that you didn't set on fire.
Yeah. It's just it's an elemental whirlwind.
Mhm.
We think about our friends Haze and Sludge that weren't able to that didn't go to school today because they were sick or whatever, and just thinking about that makes our Dragonstones glow, and like their potential comes out and freezes everything.
I love it.
You might even say what you guys have done was to sing a song
Yes.
of ice and fire.
Of ice and fire.
Fire and dice.
I love that. It's our group moment of all of us coming together to make sure Bernie's okay. We're thinking about our other two best friends that are sick today, and they come bursting out of our and a beautiful magic thing that freezes everything that's not currently on fire.
So, magic, good chest bursters. That's what I just heard.
Well, the magic is coming out of the dragon stones. Like,
If you said Dragonstone, it did not come through, so it just went bursting out of
the dragon stone. The dragon stones that are on our person, that is our magical thing. Our little talisman that changes into magical girls. So summon an ice storm that freezes threats. Non-boss threats do not roll dice next turn. Threats defeated while frozen do not return when corruption threats. And we get plus. So each of us gets 3 extra dice this turn.
All right.
I assume that's what that means.
It does indeed.
Woo!
Oh, thanks, guys. That was... I don't know what happened. I got really mad for a second, then there was a lot of fire.
It's okay. It's okay. We got this. We're doing it.
Okay, I'm gonna go kick those guys' butts.
Okay.
Do it.
All right, let's go. Yeah, buddy. I'll play with you guys in a second. I promise. I know it's nighttime playtime.
Okay. Set aside my ones.
Yay. Okay.
Oh, do you see that, Bree? Chat is demanding
They
that your
need
cats
treats.
get extra treats.
I will
Right.
give them extra treats. I don't have treats with me in the desk because if I did, they would never leave. But I will give them treats when they go to the other room that has the treats in them. Because if I have treats here, it'll cause mass destruction.
All right.
So, oh, who's going?
I was gonna say I can go, and I'll use a trash to incinerate and knock out 2 of the threat dice, and burn up some of their attacks.
Okay.
Awesome.
And then how much is left on the objective?
I don't think you guys have done any yet. I think it's all 8.
Okay.
I'm
But
doing
they're-
the objective. That's
They're
my
not going to roll
ability.
any dice next round, so I'm just going to try and take no damage from what they're doing.
Mhm.
So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bernie's just going to block shots with her shield and use her fire magic to kind of like melt any incoming damage. So I'll knock 7, 8, 9 total out of the pool.
That brings me down to 4.
Awesome. I am going to roll restore. I'm going for restore.
Mhm.
And I'm finally like mending and trying to clean this area now that we're like got the threats under control and like ridding this thing and using the melting using the melting ice to like start scrubbing magical like I'm like making it like trash elementals to start like doing like a Mickey Mouse like the Mickey Mouse like sorcerer thing of just like starts cleaning everything.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to do that. And then I'm gonna use my mop hair extensions, which is plus clean. So I'm trying to clean everything. And so I rolled a bunch of dice.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got 1, 2, 3 regular successes and 2 feral dice.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend all my regular successes towards the objective.
Okay.
And then
I mean, the 2 feral would take out the rest of my threat pool.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking of doing. I was going to use the 2 feral to get rid of the threat pool. And then if anyone wants to re-roll any unsuccessful dice, let me 2 unsuccessful dice, let me know, and I'll use a trash to let us re-roll. I have plenty I could re-roll, but I want to make sure that I give other people the option as well. Okay. Whew. The cleaning crew is here.
So, although I have rolled massive amounts of dice this scene, I haven't done anything.
It's because we're too OP.
That's what magical girls are all about.
Yeah. All right. So
you're still muted.
There's a section in the book to the GM that's like, it is your job to say cool stuff and take fat L's all day.
And that's what I'm doing.
Hello?
Yep,
Yeah.
you're here.
Oh, okay. I thought I was muted. Okay.
No, that was John.
John was muted.
Oh, okay. So it's the start of my turn, so I'm gonna gain 2 bonus dice from Terry.
Hell yeah.
I am going
Plus the 3 from Winter's Bite.
Yep. Get 3 extra dice from Winter's Bite.
Yes. 3 extra dice from Winter's Bite. I am going to be using my fight ability. And I'm going to be using chicken wire. So altogether, because I'm going to basically try, because we have multiple corpos, right?
It's one enemy, but yes.
Okay, so
Basically
what I'm going to try
swarm.
and do is like loop them together again and lasso them and snare them together in the chicken wire. And so if I'm doing my math correctly, I should have 12 dice because of all of these separate things.
Great. Roll 'em.
Yeah. I rolled a lot of dice too because of the 3 extra was real snazzy.
How many successes did you put towards the objective again, Bree?
I put 3 against the objective and then 4 to get rid of the rest of the threat.
Alrighty, so I have. Okay. That is 5 standard successes and 4 feral dice.
Nice.
5 standard successes would finish the primary objective.
Let's do that.
We snare them together and just roll them out of the park.
Get away.
Basically, you're the trash that needs to be taken out.
Get out of here.
How many ones did folks roll?
I rolled 1.
Okay. I will use one of my feral dice to get 3 trash from You Gonna Eat That. And then I will okay, so the primary objective is done.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we need to do?
Collect trash and heal.
Collect trash and heal.
Collect trash and heal. Okay, so then I will spend some of the trash that I just got to heal myself. We don't have to destroy Terry, do we?
No.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
He's just a friend.
He is a friend.
He's your summon.
I know. I love him. All right, so Bernie, how are you doing over there?
Yeah.
I've been better, but I'm okay. Which is to say, I don't have any mechanical impacts, but I'm real scuffed up.
Okay, so I'm guessing 3 injuries then?
Yes.
Okay. So I will turn. So is it 1 trash per success when you're like scrounging for trash? Okay. So I will. I will give you 6 trash that you can use towards healing yourself if you would like.
Amazing. I would love that.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and use those and knock off a couple injuries. Oh.
And those are all of my stuff assigned.
Nice. Anyone else have any unassigned?
Nope. I'm cleared.
Wonderful. So we got through about half of this adventure. We will talk at some point, probably not even tonight, about when we can meet again, and we will, all 4 of us will be sure to post everywhere. Thank you so much for the people who showed up. This was really fun. I'm so glad that we had a bunch of people watching. We will let you know as soon as we know when it's going to happen, and then we'll annoy you about it, because that's what you have to do with self-promotion.
Yeah. It'll
We'll
be really,
really
fun
loud.
Yeah, we'll be really loud about it. And I'm really excited to have at least a full documentation of what in a full chapter would look like for this game. Because I'm pretty sure even in the quick start, like it says you can do between like 2 to all of them and before you go to the final boss. You need, in order to end the chapter, you need to finish the final boss. But you can choose 2 or all of the encounters to do. But it's more fun to do all of them.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you get to show off more of the awesome game that you guys put together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, this is a wonderful game. We still have pinned the link to the itch if anyone wants to get these quick start rules. As I have said several times in the past, I recommend it. This is a fun game. And if you have stuck around after like 3.5 hours, I think you agree.
And the quick start edition is completely free. You can just download it and read it. You don't even need to like spend money. It's super, super awesome. I would love for you to check it out. And yeah, Trash to Treasure will hopefully be coming to print by the end of Q2 of this year, if not earlier, depending on how busy we are.
So
It'll
Spring to summer
you
to translate for people.
Yeah, spring to summer, sorry.
End of
Spring to
Q2
summer.
would be June. So
Yeah.
let's kind of hope that that can happen. Either way, I think we
We
will
want it to
all
be
let you know.
printed by Gen Con at least.
Yeah.
At the very latest, that's what we wanted printed by.
Yes.
It'll probably be earlier than that. But
Wonderful. I think the only thing left is to figure out who we're going to raid. And let's do that. Going over to our ending soon screen. And
This was a lot of fun, y'all.
mhm.
This was so much fun.
Also, I just the collective looks of terror when I was when you were like, how many injuries do you have left? And I was like, oh, 1. And you're like, oh, you're gonna die. I was like, no, it's gonna be great.
so we
I've
are
never-
going to head over to a Mocha Local family or fam member, Skip the Pickle.
Awesome.
Woo!